Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey. As tonight's the second of a three-game weekend series between the Grizzlies and the Kansas City Mavericks. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. The Stanley Cup is in the building, and it's been here all day as Utah Grizzlies are having affiliate night. They are honoring the 2022 Stanley Cup champion, the Colorado Eagles. And so the Colorado Avalanche, the Eagles did win a couple Kelly Cups in 2017 and 2018, but the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup last year. We got affiliate night, and the Grizzlies are honoring their NHL affiliate. I think it's going to be interesting to see where the Grizzlies rank in terms of looks like we're having some technical difficulties of some kind. And for the Grizzlies, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens here tonight against the Kansas City Mavericks. Second of a three-game series. It's affiliate night. Utah won last night 2-1, and the Grizzlies have won 3 in a row. They have won 5 in a row against Kansas City. When we come back to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report, we will have Guy Chiarenza on and talk about tonight's game. We're in business on a Saturday night. You're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Grizzlies and the Kansas City Mavericks meeting for the 7th time this season. Kansas City won the first meeting between these clubs during the season series, and the Grizzlies won 5 straight. Last night, Cameron Wright got the game winner 14 and a half minutes into the third period. Cameron Wright gets his 8th game-winning goal, which leads the league. He leads the Grizzlies with 19 goals. He's been amazing this season. Guy Chiarenza, over the last 7 or 8 games that Cameron Wright's played in, he's really made a big-time impact here for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Tyson, Cameron Wright's been playing out of his mind right now, and really all season long, he's been that guy that the Grizzlies have turned to really step up and provide a big goal when a big goal is needed. He's been a big-time difference maker, and it was apparent when he was out of the lineup with an injury that he is one of the Grizzlies' best players in the lineup, so it's great to have him back, and he's playing great.
Cameron Wright's been outstanding. How about Dakota Raby, though? He had an assist on the Cameron Wright goal in the third period. He's got a .9 of his last 10 games. His speed really makes an impact, and I really like that Ryan Kanasowicz has paired Raby up with Cameron Wright and Zach Sekos, who might be the Grizzlies' best all-around player.
Yeah, Tyson, I mean, you combine 3 really great players on that line. I really think that is the Grizzlies' best line, and Coach Kanasowicz has them on the second line. So you mix Sekos, Wright, and Raby. You got the speed with Dakota Raby. You got the brains with Zach Sekos to move the puck around, and you get that awesome shot with Cameron Wright. You combine that all together, and you got yourself a really great line.
And the Grizzlies' 3-game winning streak, they've done a great job winning the shot count. 108 shots in the 2-game series against Wichita. And last night, the Grizzlies outshot the Mavericks 34-23. But it's not just the shot count. It's the scoring chances. The Grizzlies had more of that than Kansas City. And it's the fact that the Grizzlies are getting good quality along with a good quantity here over the last 3 games.
Yeah, the Grizzlies all season long have been quality over quantity. We haven't seen the Grizzlies take a lot of shots throughout the course of the season, and they're towards the bottom of the league in that category, but they do get a lot of high-quality scoring chances night in and night out. And I think that's a large part of the playmakers that they have on offense, but we also see the Grizzlies' defense chip in from time to time. We've seen James Shearer come up off the blue line and kind of take a net front presence. We've also seen Connor McDonald last night. He took a bomb from the blue line, which just happened to go in. Time in and time out, we've seen guys on the Grizzlies' blue line step up and provide scoring chances. So really, the Grizzlies as a whole have become a dynamic offensive team.
One of the things the Grizzlies done a great job of over the last 12 games, they've been playing with the lead. In 10 of their last 12 games, the Grizzlies have either been tied or have a lead after 1 period. So that's really been a big part of the Grizzlies' success as of late, is the fact that they've been playing with the lead as opposed to having to come back in games.
Yeah, and I mentioned before how great of a team that the Grizzlies are offensively when they're clicking on all cylinders, but really they're a great defensive team as well. This team is a team that can hold a lead, and the statistics speak for themselves. So the Grizzlies are a better team when they get the first goal and they're playing with the lead.
Grizzlies captain Connor McDonald scored a first-period goal last night. He is a +10 in his last 10 games, but Aaron Tho has him one better. Tho is a +2 and is a +12 in his last 11 games. Aaron Tho, Connor McDonald have been outstanding, and the Grizzlies, I feel, are going to need another great defensive effort here tonight if they want to come away with 2 standings points.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. I think the Kansas City Mavericks, they came out flat last night, and we saw them progress and get a little bit better, a little harder to beat throughout the course of that game. I think the same is going to be said for tonight. I think Kansas City's going to come out with a chip on their shoulder. They got to have a bitter taste in their mouths with the way that last night went, and they're not going to make these 2 points easy for the Grizzlies. So it's going to take a full team effort tonight.
It's going to be a big crowd here at Maverik Center, and a lot of people wanted to make sure to get here on time because the Stanley Cup is in the building. I believe it's going to be out towards center ice at the start of this game. It's affiliate night. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, won the Stanley Cup last year. You had a chance to look at the Stanley Cup a couple hours ago. What were your impressions of it?
Well, Tyson, it's phenomenal, really. Words are hard to describe the Stanley Cup. It's just such a magnificent and beautiful trophy. I'm surprised that the Toronto Maple Leafs names are still on that. I thought that ring might have gotten retired by now, but no, it's still on there, and a lot of really historic names on that cup. Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux. I mean, the list goes on and on. So it was really cool to get a chance to not only just look at the Stanley Cup, but I got to take a picture with it. You were there, and it was really fun.
That was fun to see the small font on the players. You had to really dig in and look closely to be able to see the names. That was interesting. They actually had a spot reserved for the 2004-05 season, which never got played. And it said season, did not players, whatever. And then I also was interested in seeing some of the names that were X'd out. And I saw a few names that were X'd out of the Stanley Cup. And you had to really be some sort of special kind of idiot to really do something stupid enough to get your name X'd out of the Stanley Cup. And I saw a couple of those names X'd out. And so it was really interesting to see the thing. I saw it a couple times here today, got my picture with it. It's certainly a lot of fun. And part of that's due to, and it's certainly great that the Grizzlies have the Stanley Cup here. It's a lot of fun having the Colorado Avalanche have affiliate night and have the Avalanche win it last year. I think for the Grizzlies, though, tonight, you got a lot of emotion in the building. I think because of that, you got a big crowd. You want to make sure you establish yourself early and play with the lead. Make sure you keep the crowd in this game.
Yeah, I think the crowd is going to be a big factor. We're expecting a big crowd here tonight, but I think also the fact that the Stanley Cup is here in the building is also going to have an impact on the way that the players play this game. I mean, winning the Stanley Cup and hoisting it over your head, that's got to be the dream of every single one of these guys in the locker room. So just to have the cup here in the building, that's got to weigh a little heavy on your heart. You're going to want to go out there and play your best game with Lord Stanley in the building. So I expect that to be a factor along with the crowd.
Who's your pick for the Optum first goal of the game? Optum is putting you at the center of everything we do. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. Who do you think is going to get the Grizzlies' first goal tonight?
Well, Tyson, tonight I'm going with Tyler Penner. This is a guy that night in, night out, he just grinds. He just plays a really great game, the Iron Man, and I think we take him for granted. He's great at winning faceoffs, but I think today he's going to go out, and I think he's going to get the first goal of the game.
Grizzlies are 16-5 when scoring first this year. I got Johnny Walker getting Utah's first goal. He's got 10 goals this season. I'm not sure how he's going to score, either from the circle on the left side or if he's going to redirect a shot. Either way, I think Johnny Walker is going to be the Optum first goal of the game. He's the all-time leading goal scorer in Arizona State history, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what Walker's able to do. If anything's going to happen between him and Loren Ouellette of Kansas City, or last night got mixed up with Josh Helms. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Johnny Walker here tonight, his second game back after missing a month.
Yeah, I certainly think that the physicality is going to be ramped up here tonight. We saw emotions kind of flare in last night's game. We know that throughout the course of a series, the tides can turn and tempers can flare. I think we're going to see that here tonight. I'm not necessarily sure if we see somebody drop the gloves tonight, but I think we are going to see a game with a lot of hitting, a lot of physicality. And I think if you're the Grizzlies, you have to find a way to be smart about that. You want to play a physical game, but you also want to stay out of the penalty box.
Guy will hang out with me all night long. We got a good crowd filed in here. And when we come back to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report, we'll go over the starting lineups for both teams. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today. When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. The Stanley Cup is in the building as they show it on the Jumbotron. As Mike Bolt has the Stanley Cup, as they show it on the video screen that you see on YouTube and on Flow Sports as well. Starting lineups for the visiting Kansas City Mavericks, who have a record of 26-23, 6-1. They are led by third-year head coach Tando Had. His assistant is Riley Wazlowski. Starting in net is Shane Sterrett. He's been an iron horse for Kansas City this year. This will be his 41st game this season. He's got a record of 18, 15, and 4 with 2 shutouts, a 2.83 goals against average, and 908 save percentage. Sterrett's backup is Dylan Kelly. Sterrett's a big goalie at 6'5 and 195 pounds. Starting defensive pairing, John Stoppelhar, 6'2", 210 pounds. He has 1 assist in 3 games. He's wearing number 10. He's got a +1 rating. He'll be lined up next to Jake McLaughlin, who's making his 26th appearance this season. He's got 2 goals and 13 assists in 25 games. So Stoppelhar and McLaughlin are the starting defensive pairing for the Kansas City Mavericks. Starting forwards, Nick Passajoff, the Kansas City captain, second-year pro, maybe a third-year pro out of Michigan, 15 goals and 14 assists in 32 games. He'll be lined up next to Luke Stevens, who was one of Kansas City's most active forwards last night. Stevens and 11 goals and 11 assists in 42 games and a +1 rating. He's one of Kansas City's biggest players at 6'5 and 207 pounds. Luke Santurno, wearing number 25, is making his Mavericks debut. He was just acquired in a trade with the Wheeling Nailers. Santurno played at Clarkson University last year, and he was a college teammate of Zach Sekos. Santurno is 6'3 and 200 pounds. He'll be wearing number 25. So starting forwards are Pastajov, Luke Stevens, and Luke Santurno. The Stanley Cup is being presented on the ice. So Stanley Cup is on the ice right now. And it is a beautiful trophy. They talk about not only the best trophy in all sports, it might be the best trophy, period. As the Stanley Cup is highlighted there with the spotlight, as Nick Bolt is walking towards center ice. He's going to put the trophy, I believe, down towards the center ice face-off circle. And all the fans that got here on time are certainly excited to see. Laying at center ice, I can't believe it, guy. The Stanley Cup is here at Maverik Center.
Tyson, it's amazing. The Stanley Cup in the building, right in front of us, right here. Right here at Maverik Center. What a treat.
The Grizzlies are wearing the Colorado Avalanche-themed jerseys tonight, as it's affiliate night, and the Grizzlies NHL affiliate is the defending Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche. With an NHL entry-level contract, it's fitting that he's going to be in net tonight, second of a 3-year NHL entry-level deal. Trent Miner, the Grizzlies shutout king. He had 7 clean sheets last season. He's got 2 this year. Miner has a record of 10, 12, and 2 with 2 shutouts, a 3.10 goals against average, and a 910 save percentage. Miner is 6'1 and 198 pounds. He'll be wearing number 50. His backup is Lucas Preek, who got the victory last night. Preek stopped 22 of 23. Risby is now on the ice waving the flag, wearing his Colorado Avalanche-themed jersey. 11 forwards, 6 defensemen for the Grizzlies tonight. Starting defensive pairing, Bryson Martin has 2 goals and 6 assists in 42 games. Martin, a former third-round pick of the Buffalo Sabres. He'll be paired up with Kyle Pouncey, who's making his 51st appearance this season. Pouncey has 2 goals and 6 assists, and he's a big guy at 6'3 and 185 pounds. So starting defensive pairing is Martin and Pouncey. You also see James Shearer out there, He's got 1 goal and 2 assists in his last 2 games. He has 4 goals and 13 assists in 37 games. The Grizzlies captain Connor McDonald is a +10 in his last 10 games. We'll also see Aaron Tho wearing number 28. He had 2 goals and 2 assists on March 3rd against Wichita. And Victor Bartley, the former NHL product, has 1 goal and 10 assists in 37 games. So starting defensive pairing once again is Martin and Pouncey. We'll also see Tho, Bartley, McDonald, and Shearer. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies, last night's hero Cameron Wright. He leads the Grizzlies with 19 goals. He also leads them with 43 points this season. Wright, in 47 games, has 43 points. He's 6'1" and 200 pounds. Zach Sekos in the starting lineup. He was a college teammate last year of Kansas City starting forward Luke Santurno. Sekos this year in 22 games has 10 goals and 8 assists. Dakota Raby has a point in 9 of his last 10 games. He'll be wearing number 22. So the starting forwards again are Wright, Sekos, and Raby. Other forwards we're expected to see tonight. My pick for the Optum first goal of the game is Johnny Walker, who's second on the club with 119 penalty minutes. He's got 10 goals and 4 assists. Taryn Beiser second on the club with 18 goals. He'll be in there wearing number 8. Keaton Jamison has done some damage against Kansas City this year. He's got 10 goals and 14 assists in 54 games. Dylan Fitz has been amazing over his last 10 games with 14 points. Fitz is wearing number 13. He's got 15 goals, which is third on the club. Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, will be in there once again tonight, making his 56th appearance this season. Penner is 5'11" and 182 pounds, third-year pro out of Colgate, second year in the ECHL. 2 years ago, he was in the SPHL. Christian Simeone, the second-year pro out of Merrimack. He's got 2 goals and 3 assists in 37 games. He'll wear number 24. Vladislav Michalchuk's in the Grizzlies lineup tonight. He's got 5 goals and 4 assists in 34 games. Cam Strong has 9 points in his last 10 games. He'll be wearing number 26. So the starting forwards are Wright, Sekos, and Raby. The other forwards we're expected to see tonight include Walker, Beiser, Jamison, Fitz, along with Penner, Simeone, Michalchuk, and Strong. Scratches for the Grizzlies tonight: Corey Thomas, Joey Kolatarsi, Jared Power, and Jordan Martell. The third goaltender is Garrett Metcalf. When we come back in 2 minutes, we'll have face-off here at Maverik Center. It's affiliate night. The Stanley Cup is laying at center ice, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line. The Stanley Cup, that's right, the Stanley Cup is at center ice. Brian Pruch is walking out to center ice with a Grizzlies fan. Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain. Nick Passage, the Kansas City captains at center ice. It's a big game in the standings as Kansas City is tied for second place with 59 points. They're tied with Wichita. Allen is in fourth place. They take on Idaho tonight in Boise. They've got 57 points. The Grizzlies are in fifth place with 55 points. And the Stanley Cup certainly a big-time attraction as a big crowd is here at Maverik Center. Got a lot of people coming through Maverik Center all day, taking a look at it, taking pictures. It's a spectacular trophy, maybe the best trophy, not only in all of sports, it might just be the best trophy, period. As we got some puck drops at center ice. And what a beauty it is seeing the Stanley Cup live and in person. It's even better in person than it is on TV.
Tyson, I tell you, words, pictures, it doesn't do it justice. It truly is the most magnificent and beautiful trophy I've ever seen. You're right, maybe ever.
The thing with hockey is it's a sport that's better in person than it is on TV. The Stanley Cup is one of those things that's better in person than it is on TV. Starting a net for the Grizzlies is Trent Miner, who's in the second year of a 3-year NHL entry-level deal. Miner has 10 wins this season, which lead the Grizzlies. He's the Grizzlies' all-time leader in shutouts with 9, including 2 this season. Starting a net for Kansas City is Shane Starrett. It'll be his 41st appearance this season. He's got a record of 18-15-4 with 2 shutouts, a 2.83 goals against average, and 908 save percentage. Starting forwards are Wright, Sekos, and Raby. Starting defensive pairing is Bryson Martin and Kyle Pouncey. Sekos take the face-off against Nick Pasterjob. Referee tonight is Alex Normandin. The linesmen are Colin Kleinendorf and Craig Peterson. Utah won 2-1 last night. They've won 5 in a row against Kansas City and 3 in a row overall as the Grizzlies swept Wichita in a 2-game set last weekend. Puck is dropped at center ice. We're underway. Kansas City wins the face-off. They are skating from left to right as we see it from high atop section 114. Mavericks move it ahead and dump it in as Miner plays to the far side of his net. He'll give it to Bryson Martin, who skates towards the near side. Martin gets hit along the glass by Santurno. Now skating along the near side's pass job. Shot saved by Miner. Rebound goes out to the far corner. Raby back hands it out to Sekos, who moves it across. As crossing center ice is Kyle Pouncey. He gains the line. Skates towards the corner. Santurno shadowing. Pouncey fires it towards the net, and it gets blocked away as Pouncey was looking for Raby out in front. Raby delivers a big hit on McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets the puck back. He'll drift it off the near boards. Santurno throws it to center ice, taken back by Connor McDonald, who moves ahead to Cameron Wright. As it poked away by Passage, Wright gets it back. Kansas City makes their first line change of the game. Grizzlies change up skaters as well. Wright dumps it in from center ice. Josh Elms, number 4, will drift it towards the far side. Taken by the Grizzlies. McDonald fires towards the net and it goes wide. Now left wing, sure, with a lefty shot that goes wide. McDonald has the puck roll along the far boards. He'll tap it around for sure. Back to Taryn Pfizer. Fans stomping their feet. 18:48 and counting left in the first. Still no score. No one's taken a shot yet. Kansas City throws it out to center ice. It goes past James Shearer. And icing is going to be called on the Mavericks. 18:40s left here in the first.
Tyson, I like that start for the Grizzlies. That first few couple of shifts, it seemed like they were bringing a lot of energy to their game. Cameron Wright, was moving through the neutral zone really well. If the Grizzlies can take this energy, and you're right, the Stanley Cup was just out here. The crowd was buzzing. They can take that energy and harness it. They could probably quickly get the first goal of the game.
Draws in the far circle, and it's won by the Grizzlies, but it exits the zone. McDonald will skate back into Grizzlies territory. He's now at the Utah blue line. He'll drift it off the near boards for Shearer. Rink-wide pass is behind Taryn Pfizer, delayed offside. So he lets Josh Elms take it. Elms throws it across to Calvis, who moves ahead to center ice. As Kansas City, Josh Lamon throws it back to Calvis, who throws a right wing pass to Hugo Waugh. Waugh gets around James Shearer, right wing shot, hits the side of the net. Dylan Fitz along the near side, gets the puck. Fitz has been outstanding for the Grizzlies as of late. He throws it towards center ice. Kansas City picks it off and throws it right to Tyler Penner. Problem, he plays for the Grizzlies. Pfizer left wing shot, stick saved by Starrett. Puck goes towards the near corner. Pfizer in the area. Kansas City's Hugo Waugh, who's been outstanding for them as of late, throws it towards Jordan Sambrook. He'll feed it to the far side. Now Sambrook gets it back. Sambrook skates towards the far side. He's still in the Kansas City zone. He gets around Johnny Walker. Sambrook crosses center ice and dumps it in. Miner behind his net, plays it near the Mavericks sign. He'll drift it towards the near boards for Cam Strong. He lets it go past him out to center ice. Taken over by John Stempelhar. Stempelhar gets it back. He's on the near side. He'll throw it out to center ice for Loren Ouellette. Right wing pass to Jordan Timmons. He'll skate towards the right circle. He'll take a shot, and it glances off the stick of Victor Bartley and flies out of play off the protective netting. 17:29 left in the first, still no score. Mavericks have taken one shot. Grizzlies yet to take one.
Well, that's funny because even though the Grizzlies don't have a shot, I feel like they've had more of the possession so far in this game. They've been getting more offensive looks. Just so happens they haven't registered an actual shot on goal.
We're still early on. 17:29 left in the first, so sit back and crack open a beverage of your choice and maybe some chips and dip and enjoy a little bit of Saturday with us. Draws in the near side, won by Kansas City. Stompahar takes a shot and it's blocked out in front. Might have been his own guy, Jordan Timmons. Walker, rink-wide pass, goes past Cam Strong. No icing. Strong with a left-wing shot, saved by Starrett. Stompahar battles with Strong along the end board. Jamison skates over there. He gets the puck. Jamison battles with Loren Ouellette. Now Jamison hacking away towards the near side. And Starrett, the Kansas City goaltender, covers up. 17:09 left in the first. Still no score. Both teams make a line change. As the Grizzlies are wearing their Colorado Avalanche-themed jerseys here on affiliate night. Navy blue jersey with red Utah on the that's kind of going from left to right on the jersey and lettering. White numbers in the back, red numbers in the back with white outline and white lettering in the back of the jerseys. Very sharp look.
This is a sharp look. I've seen those at the team store too, so if you want to get your hands on those, go check that out.
I went to the team store last month and got this jersey in a hoodie jersey, kind of a combination of a hoodie and a jersey, a little bit cheaper than a jersey, and it was certainly a great purchase by me. Kansas City wins the draw. They throw it out to center ice. It's Mavericks debut, number 25, Luke Santurno. He was a college teammate of Zach Sekos last year in Clarkson. As over to the right side, pass job, centers it. Shot by Stevens, saved by Minor. Luke Stevens had a pretty good look, and I got to say, Stevens was one of Kansas City's best forwards last night, and he's got a lot of size at about 6'5" and 210 pounds.
Yeah, he's a pretty tall guy out there, and that was a sneaky shot there by Stevens. Trent Minor really had to be alert to make that save, and he was on it.
We had a lower scoring game last night. We'll see what today brings. Taking the face-off will be Zach Sekos, who kind of casually skates towards the right circle. Will go up against Pastajov, the Kansas City captain. Pastajov is a college teammate of Dakota Rabies. As the draw won by Utah. They skate from right to left. Cameron Wright, last night's hero, will throw it to Raby. Poked away by Josh Helms that flies into the Kansas City bench area. Backup goaltender Dylan Kelly will locate the puck. They tried to at least. He doesn't know where the puck is. Grizzlies were called for offside, so the draw is going to be near the Kansas City bench at neutral ice. Crowd still filing in here. Got to imagine traffic's a bit of a nightmare outside in the parking lot. Stanley Cup was here before the game. What a sight it was. Sekos take the draw, he wins it. Grizzlies won a few faceoffs here early on. Shearer, left wing, center ice. He'll wrap it around the boards. Goes off the skate of Cameron Wright. Raby on the right side skates towards the circle. He gets it poked away by Lamon. Sekos gets the puck. He'll throw it back to Raby. He's on the right side. He'll skate towards his left. He'll take a lefty shot. Stick saved by Starrett. Puck goes back towards the near wing boards. Raby in the area. Will tap it off his stick, and it flies to Sekos. Now to the right side for McDonald, but the puck exits the zone. Back to James Shears, back in the Grizzlies zone. He'll throw it over to McDonald, the Grizzlies captain. He'll get it to neutralize for Wright and slides it across for Raby. Raby lifts it high into the air after gaining center ice. It drops near Shane Starrett, who kicks it over towards Sandbrook. Make that Nate Konepke. Kansas City throws to Hugo Waugh. Right wing, he gains line 2-on-3. Waugh gets blasted by Victor Bartley. Bartley delivers a second hit as well. First hit was on Waugh. The second hit was on Lamon. Bartley with a right wing pass. Grizzlies enter the zone, but the pass goes wide in the high slot. Waugh gains center ice. He'll throw it over to Pascal Laberge. Laberge will take a right wing shot. Saved by Minor. Trent holds on. 15:34 left in the first, and game in and game out. It's Victor Bartley delivering big hits. He did so here on the Grizzlies' last shift.
Oh, boy, Tyson, that was an NHL-sized crunch right there by the former NHLer Victor Bartley. He's a big guy. He can throw his body around, and he does it right there.
Two for the price of one. He got Hugo Waugh, and then he got Josh Lamon. Draw's going to be in the right circle of the Grizzlies zone. Both teams have taken 3 shots. Ryan Harrison, the former Colorado Eagle, back when Colorado was in this league, will take the draw against Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. He's played in every game for the Grizzlies since he started the 2021-22 season. Off the draw, Grizzlies win it. Hits a stanchion. Kansas City in the left point. They'll roll it around the boards. Jay Powell. No, not the baseball pitcher from the 1990s, early 2000s. Powell, it's a big guy, though, 6'7", 209. Bartley moves ahead to Penner, who dumps it in. And it goes back to Jake McLaughlin behind Kansas City's net. He gets around Dylan Fitz. He'll move it ahead. Mavericks get it poked away by Pfizer. Goes back to McLaughlin. He's behind Kansas City's goal line. He turns over to the high slot. Puck exits the zone. Kansas City at center ice gets to Harrison. He'll skate towards the right circle to take a lefty shot. Glove saved by Minor. Shot would have gone wide anyway, but Trent makes a glove stop after the whistle. One of Kansas City's biggest guys pushes Dylan Fitz. And that's Luke Stevens. And when you're 6'5", 210 pounds, you want to make sure you establish something physically. As actually Jay Powell is bigger than Luke Stevens. Powell goes 6'7" and 209.
Yeah, he's a huge guy. And just something to notice on that last play on the transition, Lauren Goulet lost his glove. He's now over getting looked at by what appears to be the trainer on the Kansas City bench. So see if he returns.
Draw's going to be over on the right side. 14:59 left in the first. We had quite a few whistles here early on. Grizzlies win the draw. Pouncey will throw it to the far side for Walker. Back to Jamison, who's across the center ice. Left wing pass off the boards. It rolls towards Sterrett, who plays it behind his net. He'll give it to Josh Helms. He's a physical player. He'll throw it to the near side. Cam Strong feeds it back around the boards. Johnny Walker skates towards the right corner. He gets it. He gets hit by Elms, and Walker loses the puck. Kansas City 3-on-3. They cross center ice. Theo Calvis gains the line. Right point. He'll roll it onto Minor, who just simply covers it up and makes the save. 14:31 left in the first. Seems like Kansas City wants a game with a lot of whistles. They don't want that up and down action. Kansas City is missing quite a few forwards, a few of them to AHL call-ups, and also a couple guys due to injury.
Yeah, and I think a game with more whistles benefits Kansas City, because if this game goes long like it does and we see periods without whistles, that really benefits the Grizzlies. We saw that in last night's game. So if you're Kansas City, you want to try and control this thing here.
Sekos take the face-off. It's Josh Lamb, the former Allen American. McDonald wins it, or Sekos won the face-off. McDonald throws it back to the far side. Now back to Shearer on the near side. Shearer gets hit pretty hard by Pascal Laberge. Puck rolls from the left point on to Shane Sterrett, who covers up. We get another whistle. 14:20 left in the first, but this time the Grizzlies are going to have the draw in the offensive zone.
Well, Shane Sterrett's had a phenomenal season, and even in the loss last night, his save percentage went up and his goals against average went down. This is a guy that's having a really great season, and it's going to take something a little bit unconventional to beat him. Maybe some traffic out in front and deflection. Good puck movement will also do the trick, but just a simple shot isn't going to beat him.
Sekos take the draw. He wins it. Raby throws the Shearer back to Cameron Wright. Left side, he skates towards the circle, take a righty shot on. It's blocked by Konepke. Puck stays in play. Raby in the right corner as trying to drift it across to Wright. He airmails it there. Wright gets it and throws it up top for Shearer. Across to McDonald. Right point, takes a shot and goes wide. As Shearer skates towards the near wing boards. Josh Lamb gets there first. He ices the puck. McDonald skates over there. Icing is waved off. McDonald throws it behind his back to Shearer. Skates towards the near boards. He gets the puck. Shearer gets hit in the corner by Laberge. As the Grizzlies, McDonald throws it back to Raby. Raby at the Utah blue line. Skates towards neutral ice. He avoids a check of Timmons, but keeps the puck. Raby avoids another check of Laberge. Right wing Grizzlies skate in. Right with a shot, and it goes wide. As he was trying to go top shelf on Sterrett. Now left point. Raby with a shot. Saved by Sterrett again. 13:32 left in the first. We got a timeout on the ice, no score here at Maverik Center on affiliate night. The Stanley Cup is in the building, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
No score here at Maverik Center. 13:32 left in the first. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Grizzlies have outshot the Mavericks 4-3. Last night was a lower scoring game, 2-1. Grizzlies looking for their fourth win in a row and sixth straight against Kansas City. Second of a three-game series, as we mentioned. Tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock will be the series finale. Get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com. Kansas City wins the draw. McLaughlin throws to the far side. Now back to the near side as it goes to Jordan Timmons. He crosses center ice and dumps it in. Penner chasing after Timmons. Harrison rolls it back around the wall. Aaron Tho on the ice for Utah. Now left point. Kansas City lefty shot. Kick saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to Tho. Moves it ahead. As Grizzlies get it. Taron Pfizer across the center ice with speed. 4-on-2. Over to Bartley. Back to the right side. Grizzlies overpass as it goes behind Tyler Penner. Tho in the corner. Gets blasted by Harrison. That's a dangerous hit. Arm is raised by the referee. That's going to be boarding. Looks like Grizzlies going to go over to try to confront Ryan Harrison. Well, that was a dangerous hit right there. Tho's on two knees. He'll get up slowly. The Grizzlies trainer, Colin Lee, looking after him. Looks like Tho's back to his feet. But for the first time tonight, the Grizzlies going to be on the power play. And luckily, Tho was able to get back to his feet.
Yeah, good to see Aaron Tho get back up under his own power, skating around. That is a dangerous hit, never one that you want to see. But now the Grizzlies get a chance to go on the power play and take a 1-0 lead.
Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's #1 DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. Ryan Harrison gets 2 minutes for boarding. 7:02 into the first period. Kansas City wins the face-off. Mavericks are skating from left to right here in the first period. Puck towards the near side. Raby in the area, so is right. Kansas City's Luke Stevens will clear it out. Trent Miner towards the near side will get it to Zach Sekos. Both teams have taken 4 shots here. No score in the game. Over to the right side. Grizzlies feed it across to Raby. Poked away by Theo Calvis. Kansas City neutral ice. Will lose the puck. Cameron Wright will throw it back to Pfizer. Now to Sekos. Grizzlies going with 5 forwards on their power play unit. Cameron Wright down the middle. As he gains the line, throws to the left side for Raby. Across to Pfizer. Now Sekos slot. Takes a lefty shot. That's blocked. Rolls back to Sekos in the left point. As Sekos skates towards the left circle. Drops off for Wright. Gets it across to Pfizer. Pfizer throws to the near side. The only guy there was Theo Calvis. Calvis will carry it out to the Kansas City blue line. Now I'll throw it back to Utah's blue line for Jamison. Jamison looking for Zach Sekos. Pass is incomplete, and the Grizzlies are called for icing. And even 12 minutes left in the first.
Well, Tyson, I think ever since Andrew Nielsen left for Wilkes-Barre in the AHL, the Grizzlies power play just hasn't been able to click like it used to. And it's for good reason. You miss a guy like that with a lot of power play points. Really the quarterback of the power play. You lose a lot of that direction that it has. So for the Grizzlies, you just need to find a way to get this unit to gel.
Nielsen last week was loaned to the AHL's Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. He leads the Grizzlies with 26 power play points, 6 goals and 20 assists. Grizzlies win the draw. They're back in their own zone, skating from right to left as we see it from section 114. Pfizer gains the line, skates towards the corner. Back over to Jamison, trying to get it back up top for Wright. And Kansas City picks it up, but they lose it. Raby to the right side. Centers it to Sekos in the high slot. Back to Pfizer. Sekos all alone. He'll take a lefty shot. Got redirected and goes wide. Nate Konepke clears it out as Miner plays to the far side of his net. Both teams make a line change. 32 seconds and counting left in Utah's first power play of the game. Still no score. 11:26 left in the first. Bryson Martin back behind his net. He'll skate down the middle. Now feed it to the far side for Dylan Fitz across the center ice. Now to Cam Strong. Grizzlies in the attack zone. Walker left side takes a shot. Got redirected and goes wide. And hits off the protective netting. Walker took the shot from the left side and got redirected off of Dylan Fitz and went out of play.
There's a few good looks there for the Grizzlies. You mentioned on that first power play unit, you got 5 forwards. Now it seems like we've got James Shearer and Bryson Martin out there, 2 defensemen for the Grizzlies. So now 3 forwards, 2 D. I wonder if this unit's going to have more success than the first unit. And if they do, if that's going to sway Coach Kanasowicz to maybe move a defenseman on that first unit.
Interesting, you got 2 guys who are options to be in front of the net, both Dylan Fitz and Johnny Walker. Cam Strong will take the face-off. Josh Lamon will take it for Kansas City on the near side. Still no score of 11-13 left in the first. Mavericks win the draw. Theo Calvis will throw it from one corner to the other. Skating over is Jake McLaughlin. Grizzlies gather it and spin it along the wall. Sure in the left point gets it. We'll throw it back around. Cam Strong on the right side. Ahead to Stanchion, rolls past him. Bryce Martin over to Cam Strong. Mavericks are back at full strength. Harrison joins the play. Cam Strong lefty shot saved by Sterrett. Puck still in play. Grizzlies get it. Fitz left side hits the pipe. Martin, high shot, save, rebound, shot, score! Cam Strong gets his 10th of the year, and the Grizzlies are taking a 1-0 lead. The Grizzlies just kept chipping away. Dylan Fitz hit the pipe from the left side. Puck rolled back to the slot. Shot was taken by Bryson Martin. A lot of traffic out in front. Starrett couldn't get it cleanly, and Cam Strong was there to put it away.
Yeah, and Tyson, earlier, just a few seconds prior to that, you mentioned the net front presence of Dylan Fitz. I mean, he was giving Shane Starrett, well, not to mean the pun, but he was giving him fits. He was just making him life totally terrible in the crease, and Starrett wasn't really able to recover from that. He was flopping around like a fish, and the Grizzlies capitalized.
Johnny Walker making an impact felt in front of the net as well, as he made his impact out there in front of the crease. Grizzlies win the draw, pass to Simeone. It flies off his stick and goes out of play into section 111. Strong with the goal. Fitz and Martin with the assist. For Fitz, it's his 15th assist of the season. And for Bryson Martin, his 7th. Brown's going to be at center ice, 10:39 left in the first. Cam Strong is the opt-in first goal of the game scorer. So if you pick Cam Strong, congratulations, you're a winner. Mavericks win the draw. They skate from left to right here in the first period. Utah leads 1-0. Grizz are 16-5 when scoring first this year. Stumpelhart gains center ice and dumps it in. Puck rolls towards the far side. Penner gets held up. McDonald trying to hack the puck away. 2-on-2 over in the far corner. Kansas City gets it. They're in the attack zone. Over to the left side. LeBerge with a shot. Save. Rebound. Shot. A score. And the Mavericks, just like that, have tied it up. Pascal LeBerge took a shot from the left point. Bounced off a minor. Getting the rebound. And he's been amazing as of late. Hugo Waugh, who scored Kansas City's lone goal last night. He has tied it up with 10:13 left in the first.
Well, the key shifts after a goal are always the most important for the Grizzlies. They just weren't able to continue that energy. Kansas City, you got to give them credit. They came and they fought back. They wanted to get that one back as quickly as they could, and they did.
Hugo Waugh now has a point in 11 straight games. So we're tied at 1. Waugh with the goal. The assist goes to Josh Helms. I think LeBerge also probably gets an assist on that. As Mavericks win the draw, neutral zone, they fire a shot, saved by Minor. Minor clears it out, and it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. And we get a whistle with 9:58 left in the first.
Hey, I like that look from Trent Minor to really just fire the puck up, look for an outlet guy. I've seen Lucas Parikh is a real guy that plays the puck really well. I've seen him do that before. So for Trent Minor to take that risk, I don't mind it.
Minor has 4 assists this season. He's got a 2-game assist streak for the Grizzlies. So Trent Minor's the guy with the outlet passes. Watch out for him because he can sail it down to neutral ice, and before you know it, the Grizzlies have a scoring chance. Draws give me in the far circle. And it's won by Kansas City. Along the far side, Wright battles. Wright takes it away from Stevens. They'll throw it to Raby at center ice. Raby gets around Nate Konepke as Raby towards the right side. Puck bounces off the end wall of Kansas City's zone. Rolls back to the near side for Sandbrook. Sandbrook gets blasted by Raby. Grizzlies throw it up top for Bryson Martin. Left point. They'll throw it to his right for Pouncey. He'll take a righty shot, and it's blocked by his own guy, Sekos. Right looks to center. Raby gets it on the right side. He'll throw it up top for Pouncey. He'll skate towards his left to take a righty shot. It goes wide. Starrett has vision impaired a little bit on that one as it rolls towards the near boards. Luke Stevens battles with Pouncey. Pouncey pokes it back towards center ice. Raby moves ahead to Sekos. Sekos loses the puck. It's good defensive play by Theo Calvis, cutting off Sekos' pursuit. James Shearer on the far side. About 9 minutes left in the first period. Will ricochet off the boards. Cameron right near the Grizzlies bench. Crosses the center and dumps it in. It's gloved by Theo Calvis and dropped. They'll move it ahead as Josh Lamon throws a right wing pass to Waugh. Drops off for LeBerge. She'll take a shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound. Grizzlies throw it out to the corner. Utah gets it to center. Shearer with a right wing pass. It connects. Grizzlies gain the line. Penner over to Pfizer. He skates towards the right side. Sharp angled shot goes wide, and the puck glides along the near wing boards. Dylan Fitz chases after it. Minor behind his net plays it. Kansas City makes a line change. 8:35 and counting left in the first. We're tied at 1. Grizzlies have outshot the Mavericks 8-7. Fitz with a rink-wide pass to Bartley, who throws it to the right side for Penner. Tyler gains the line. Look for Fitz out in front. And the puck bounced off a Fitz stick. Kansas City throws it out to center. Bartley gets it. Bartley will skate back towards the Grizzlies' blue line as he surveys. Now move it ahead to Fitz, who dumps it in. Shane Starrett behind his net will give it to Josh Helms. Helms is a pretty good size at 6'2", 218 pounds. As Kansas City out at neutral ice, they cross center. There's Jordan Timmons near the Grizzlies bench. Arm is raised. It's going to be a penalty on the Grizzlies. Kansas City will have his first power play of the game. Less than 8 minutes left in the first period. Timmons at neutral ice. Will throw it to his left for passage off. He gets hit pretty hard by Bartley. Cam Strong touches it up near the center ice scores table. 7:49 left in the first. And going to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell is Keaton Jamison. 2 minutes for tripping, 7:49 left in the first.
Well, the Grizzlies penalty kill did a good job on Friday night's game. They're going to have to be sharp here again tonight. You mentioned about being smart and staying out of the penalty box. Kansas City is one of those teams that you don't want to take a penalty against. So for the Grizzlies, got to find a way to keep them off the score sheet.
Kansas City's power play this season, an even 17%. Grizzlies penalty kill is an even 79%. Josh Lamb will take the face-off for Kansas City in the right circle against Zach Sekos. Lamon's kicked out of the face-off circle. Passage-off will take the draw. Watch out for Pascal LeBerge, who's got 20 goals this season. Second in the club, he leads all active Kansas City players. Jake McLaughlin skates towards the high slot. LeBerge, right side, takes a shot. He scores. What I say, watch out for Pascal LeBerge. He gets his 21st of the season. It's a power play goal, and it happened 8 seconds into the man advantage. The Mavericks have taken a 2-1 lead.
Well, you've got to figure that if there was ever a guy on the Mavericks team that was going to make a difference, it was going to be Pascal LeBerge. He's been their all-star this season with another snipe. He's got his 21st of the year.
Jeremy McKenna has 22 goals this season. He's currently in the AHL. Pascal LeBerge has been a consistent all year. I don't think Trent Miner really saw it. I think there was a couple bodies out in front. Miner's vision could have gotten impaired. There was also a stick in the way looking to redirect it, and it was Josh Lamont. It's LeBerge who gets the goal. McLaughlin and Lamont with the assist. Draws at center ice as Kansas City has scored 2 unanswered over the last few minutes after Utah took an early 1-0 lead. Grizzlies win the draw. Kyle Pouncey from center ice dumps it in. Josh Helms will feed it ahead, picked off by Cam Strong. They'll throw it to the right circle. It bounces off of Walker. Now Jamison will take a shot. He scores! Keaton Jamison gets his 11th of the year, and we're tied at 2. Bryson Martin is yelling at the referee. It looks like the goal's going to count. Walker skates to the bench first. Bryson Martin is very heated at the referee. Walker's going to get a penalty. Goal was scored by Jamison unassisted. After the play, Johnny Walker got a penalty. And Bryson Martin was very heated about it. And Ryan Kanasevich looks like he's heated as well. So Walker's in the penalty box. The Grizzlies had scored a goal. Doesn't look like there's anything impacting that. But Kanasevich is very upset. Walker's in the penalty box. We're not entirely sure why.
Very interesting here, Tyson. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. But on the goal, Keaton Jamison, what a sneaky little shot. And it finds its way into the back of the net.
Usually a goaltender like Shane Sterrett picks up those saves. It's just kind of a routine shot from a tough angle on the right side, and it snuck through. Walker gets 2 minutes for slashing, which I imagine happened after the goal. This looks like the goal's going to count. We're tied at 2. Draw's going to be at center ice. But Kansas City's going to be on the power play. Time of Johnny Walker's penalty and the time of Keaton Jamison's goal, 12:33 into the first period. So goal's going to count unassisted for Keaton Jamison. Draw's going to be at center ice. Grizzlies are shorthanded. Shearer gets it after Utah wins the faceoff. They'll sell it all the way down the other end. Kansas City scored 8 seconds into the power play. First time around. Kansas City's on their second power play of the night. We're tied at 2. Already more scoring here tonight than we had all of Friday night when Utah won 2-1. Kansas City enters the zone left side. They spin it around the boards. LeBerge has already got a goal tonight. Now Lamont on the right side. He'll bounce it off the boards. Lamont and Passage-off. Passage-off looks for the puck. He gets it on the right side. He'll throw it to Hugo Waugh, who's already got a goal tonight. He'll throw it up top for Jake McLaughlin. He'll skate towards his right. Back to Waugh. Over to McLaughlin. He'll throw it to the left corner on the far side. Lamont back to Hugo Waugh. He's got a point in 11 straight games. He'll skate towards left circle. Over to McLaughlin. He's in the high slot. He surveys and feeds it over to the right side for LeBerge. It bounces off of his stick. Goes to Passage-off, the Kansas City captain. Over to LeBerge. He'll throw it to the right circle for Lamont. Now to Passage-off. Over to LeBerge. One-timer. Kick save by Miner. And the puck flies out of play into section 124.
Good save there by Trent Miner.
102 left in the power play. Good stop by Miner.
Yeah, it was, and I really think that the Grizzlies made an emphasis on trying to know where Pascal LeBerge was on the ice as big passing jobs to Kansas City's most dangerous players.
Draws going to be in the Grizzlies zone in the near side. Big crowd here on a Saturday night. Maybe the second biggest home crowd of the season. Draws one by Kansas City. John Chiarenza throws up top to Sandbrook. Now to the left side. Kansas City righty shot. Glove saved by Minor. That shot was taken by Jordan Timmons, who has 2 goals this season. Minor makes a routine stop. He has now saved 8 of 10. You know, with a big crowd like this, you want to make sure you keep the momentum. You want to make sure you keep the crowd in the game. It certainly can make an impact for the Grizzlies and act as the 6th man. Draws going to be in the far circle. 56 seconds left in the Kansas City power play. Johnny Walker got 2 minutes for slashing right after Keaton Jamison scored the goal. Draw won by Kansas City. They're over to the left side. They skate towards their right. Mavericks get it over to Chiavo. Back up top to Sandbrook. One-timer saved by Minor. Rebound goes to Timmons on the left side. Timmons throws up top for Sandbrook. He'll skate towards his right. Now back to Timmons. He's just outside the left circle. He'll throw a pass behind his back to Harrison. Back to Timmons, who glides a shot towards Minor. And a pad saved by Trent. Rebound goes back to Bryson Martin. He'll bounce it off of Maverick. Mavericks keep it in. Chiavo right side shot. And it goes wide. And high over the stick of Trent Minor. Victor Bartley behind Utah's net gets it. And he'll sell it out to neutral ice. Grizzlies will make a line change. 17 seconds and counting left in the Kansas City power play. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 12-9. 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Mavericks still in their own zone. LeBerge will feed it to the left side now in Grizzlies territory. Back to LeBerge, who gains with momentum. Left side, skates towards the circle. Gets around McDonald. LeBerge over to the right side. Walker's out of the penalty box. He joins the play. LeBerge being shadowed by right. Throws to the left side. Shot. He goes wide on a one-timer attempt. And that was taken by Kansas City. Roll back towards Calvis, who will feed it to the near goal line for LeBerge. Look to Sarah Tawad. Gets kicked away by Shearer. Back to LeBerge. She's on the right side. Cyrus with the lamb, and he'll take a righty shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound out in front. Great job by James Shearer. He clears it out. Kansas City back in neutral territory. Grizzlies sneaking a line change. LeBerge at neutral ice dumps it in. Bartley gathers it. Less than 5 minutes left in the first period. We're tied at 2. Pass to center ice. Bounces off a fit stick. Now ahead. Santurno skates down the middle. Take a righty shot. Glove saved by Minor. It was a low liner by Santurno. Minor makes a save and didn't allow a second chance. We're tied at 2 with 4:46 left in the first period. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
.46 left in the first. I swear, Guy and I did not coordinate this. We were both wearing black shirts with yellow ties. Draws going to be in the left circle. Interesting game. Kansas City's outshot Utah 13-9. Both teams have 2 goals. Cam Strong and Keaton Jamison have Utah's goals. And in between them, Hugo Juan, Kansas City's Pascal LeBerge down the back of the net. Mavericks are 1 for 2 on the power play. Utah's 0 for 1. As a draw one by Kansas City, they'll throw it up top. Now to McLaughlin. Back over to Sampohar. He'll take a shot that's blocked. Fitz feeds it across to Pfizer. Pfizer gains line, skates towards the right circle, take a shot, and it's blocked by Sampohar and flies off the protective netting and out of play. 4:33 left in the first. Got a lot of back and forth action here.
Yeah, Tyson, it has been, and it's really a stark contrast from what we saw last night's first period, where it seemed like the ice was tilted and all the play was down here in the Kansas City zone. That hasn't been the case here tonight. It's been much more evenly paced and back and forth, but it's been fun.
Goals were scored 34 seconds apart and 14 seconds apart in the first period. As Kansas City wins the draw, they'll throw it to the near side. Sambrook chases after it. He collides with Fitz. Fitz centers it, picked off by Luke Stevens. Stevens been active for Kansas City in this series. His size has made an impact. He'll throw it back to his own zone. Calvis over to Sambrook. He's on the right side. He'll move it ahead to Passajob. It gets around Fitz. Passajob skates down the middle, take a lefty shot. Saved by Minor. Hit Passajob, pushes Aaron Tho after the whistle along the end boards. Victor Bartley over there as well. Fans excited about the physical play after the whistle. Nothing much, though. What do the lame cliched broadcasters always say? A little extracurricular after the whistle.
Well,
Santurno over there as well in his Mavericks debut.
It's nothing much right now, but I really feel like this is something that could boil over at some point. Might not be tonight, but it could be tomorrow. But the emotions are certainly ramping up.
Looked like Passajob was skating towards Minor looking for a potential rebound, and Aaron Tho just trying to box him out. That real estate out in front of the net, especially in close games with good goaltenders, that's going to probably make a difference here tonight. It made a difference as Cameron Wright scored the game-winning goal in the third period on a play out in front of the net. Both teams want to make sure that they do a good job boxing out the opposition. Draw one by Kansas City. Sambrook will feed it over to the far side. Sekos rolls it back to Pouncey, deep in the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies skate from right to left in the first period. We're tied at 2. 4 minutes left in the first. Sekos skates along the near wing boards, moves ahead to right. Left wing pass to Raby, gains the line, throws it back to Sekos, it's behind him. Bryson Martin skates towards his left. Martin drops it off for Wright. Wright has a bounce off of Harrison. Harrison in a foot race, but he's too slow as Wright gets there first. Cameron Wright's done everything for the Grizzlies lately. He'll throw a backhand pass to Raby. Raby skates down the middle. Raby gains the line, gets it poked away. Kansas City clears it out to center. Martin gathers it for Utah. He'll skate back into his own end. Mavericks make a line change. Head to right. He gains the line onside. He'll take a left wing shot. Saved by Sterrett. And he holds on. 3:26 left in the first.
Well, Tyson, I just love that hustle from Cameron Wright. He makes a mistake. He turns the puck over, and he's the one who makes up for it. It's Cameron Wright. He gets back out there, gets on his horse, really gets out there. And you said Harrison was just too slow. Wright blew him away. He took the puck away. So great play from Cameron Wright.
Plus, Wright's a pretty big guy. You know, he's listed at 6'1", 200 pounds. He looks bigger than that. Maybe the 200 pounds is right, but he kind of looks like he's about 6'2" or 6'3". Draw one by Kansas City. Josh Helms over to the near side. Gets poked away by Pfizer. Fits in the area. Fits Pfizer and Penner out there. Make that Simeone instead of Penner. As 2-on-2 battle in the corner. A Grizzly goes down. A Maverick loses his helmet. And skating off the ice is Josh Lamb, and he has to skate off the ice. He's not allowed in the year 2023 to play without a helmet. Pass ahead. Pass to John to the left side. Spins around. Gets around McDonald. Couldn't get a shot off. Great job by Connor McDonald. Theo Calvis to the left side. Gets hit by Simeone. Behind Utah's net. McDonald makes another play as he holds up a Kansas City skater. As Hugo Waugh skates towards the left point. Waugh's been amazing for Kansas City as of late. Calvis along the far boards. Chips it around. Puck bounces off the end wall. As Passajob collides with Pfizer. Passajob throws it to the near corner. Taken by Shearer. He'll roll it around for Connor McDonald. Just had a great shift. McDonald stops in the corner. Now moving out to center ice. Puck bounces at the center ice logo and taken back by Kansas City. Mavericks back in their own end. McLaughlin throws it ahead. That's the Mavericks. Luke Santurno. In his Mavericks debut, he's acquired in a trade by Wheeling. Whistle blows. And icing on Kansas City. And that was pretty close. I thought Santurno had gained center ice. But the Mavericks are called for icing with 2:18 left in the first.
Well, Santurno really has been noticeable in this game. I think he's been a good pickup so far from what I've seen in his first game as a Maverick. I'm sure he's going to do great things for them down the stretch.
He's 6'3" and 200 pounds. Kansas City is one of the bigger teams the Grizzlies will play all season long. There's only 3 players on their club who's under 6 feet. Tommy Mucka, surprise scratch. He must have gotten hurt last night. Mucka's not in the Kansas City lineup. He's one of their best defensemen. As Grizzlies win the draw, right point, lefty shot goes wide. Actually, Sterrett got a piece of it. The shot was taken by Aaron Tho. Out of neutralize, Bartley delivers a hit on Luke Stevens. Stevens got a piece of Bartley as well. Harrison battles with Tho. Puck at neutralized. Cam Strong goes down at center. Referee's going to let him play a little bit here tonight. His play's getting physical. Santurno over to Harrison. He'll throw it back deeper in the Maverick zone to McLaughlin. Jake McLaughlin throws it across to Harrison. He's at center ice, right wing, and he'll dump it off with Tho. Rolls towards Minor. Bartley cuts in front of the net to get it in front of Chiavo. Chiavo trips up, though, and gets away with it in the corner. Kansas City, Konecki throws it back around. Now centering pass. Chiavo with a shot that goes wide. Didn't get much on it as Bartley was boxing him out. Now Chiavo gets physical with Cam Strong behind the goal line. Action deep in the Grizzlies zone. Gillette throws it up top for Sandbrook. Now across to Konepke. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Hits the side of the net. Though gets hit. Puck rolls along the near side. Sandbrook back to Gillette. He'll skate towards his left. He'll take a lefty shot. Stick saved by Minor. Rebound goes to the right corner. Strong battles with Sandbrook. Now goes to Jamison. Jamison gets the puck and he'll ricochet off the near boards. Goes into the Kansas City zone. Grizzlies make a line change. We got 1 minute left in the first period. We're tied at 2. Nate Konepke will skate towards his left. Now backing out deeper in the Maverick zone. He'll throw it to Calvis in the near side. Back to LeBerge. He'll poke it off a Pfizer stick. Rolls towards the Kansas City bench. Lamont at center ice dumps it in. Bryson Martin will glide along the boards to get it. Martin reverses Phil. Bouncing off of Hugo Wan. Now right side. Lamont skates around Utah's net. Trying to get it back to Wan. It's poked away by Penner. Ricochets it off the far wing boards. Martin skates towards the far corner. He'll throw it back to Pouncey. Pouncey will throw it to neutral ice. The linesman Colin Kleinendorf had to get out of the way. And the Grizzlies are called for icing with 25.7 seconds left in the first. Action just kind of going back and forth over the last couple minutes. I think both teams want to establish something offensively, but both teams really been on point when they've needed to defensively.
Yeah, it has. It seems like now this game is really kind of toned down. You mentioned more back and forth. Not a really noticeable action on either end. Kind of looks like we're watching a tennis match, just going back and forth, back and forth.
Federer and Nadal as a drop. Goes over towards the end boards. Utah gathers it. Martin moves ahead to Pfizer. 18 seconds left in the period. He'll glide it over to Pouncey across the center ice and dumps it in. Got around Santurno. Pouncey exits towards the end of his shift. Kansas City 8 seconds. We'll move it towards Santurno. Is wearing number 25. Calvis will ricochet off the far boards. Pouncey dumps it back in. And that'll do it for 20 minutes here at Maverik Center. As both teams score 2 goals. Grizzlies made it 1-0, and then Kansas City answered 34 seconds later. And then when Kansas City made it 2-1, as Pascal LeBerge got a power play goal 16-19 in. The Grizzlies responded 14 seconds later as Keaton Jamison tied it up from the right side. When we come back, Guy Chiarenza will recap the first 20 minutes of play. We'll also talk some hockey as the Stanley Cup is in the building. Great crowd here on a Saturday night. And Kansas City having outshot Utah 15-10 in the first period. Both teams head to the locker room. Guy will have our first intermission coverage when we come back. Once again, the score is tied at 2. This is the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report here in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. This is the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report. We're tied at 2 apiece here at the Maverik Center. I'm Guy Chiarenza alongside Tyson Whiting. Well, the party got started early. We got about midway through the first period. Cam Strong got his 10th of the year, 9:13 into the first. That was assisted by Dylan Fitz and Bryson Martin. Really, the Grizzlies were just causing commotion out in front of the net, and they were able to poke one home. I believe Keaton Jameson was also responsible for a goal later in the period. But Hugo Waugh, just a few seconds later, made it a 1-1 game, 9:47 into the first period. He got his 14th of the year. That was assisted by Elms. And then Kansas City went to the power play after the Grizzlies took a penalty. Keaton Jameson went to the box, 12-11 into the first period. So Kansas City took advantage of that, and they made it a 2-1 game on a goal by Pascal LeBerge. He gets his 21st of the year. That was assisted by Jake McLaughlin and Josh Lamman. But the Grizzlies would not be denied. That's just a little over 30 seconds after that. Keaton Jameson made it a 2-2 game, getting his 11th of the year. Shots are 15-10 in favor of Kansas City. But really, it was a back-and-forth period. Kansas City leading in the special teams department. They're 1 for 2 on the power play. And Utah is 0 for 1. Dakota Raby has 3 shots in the game. He leads all Grizzlies skaters. Cam Strong is the second most with 2 shots. Trent Miner stopped 13-15 in the first period, but Tyson wasn't the most flashiest hockey I've ever seen. It didn't really wow me, but it was back and forth, and we're tied after 20 minutes.
As you say that after a goal gets scored, it's important to really establish yourself in the first 2 shifts after a goal gets scored. And that was interesting. Cam Strong scored 9-13, and as one of those, just kind of more of a scramble play. Shot was taken by Bryson Martin from the slot and bounced off of Starrett. Johnny Walker made an impact out in front of the net as well as Fitz. And Cam Strong put it away on the rebound. And 34 seconds after that, Hugo Waugh scores for Kansas City. So Kansas City got the momentum right back that next shift after the Grizzlies goal. And then you think about Kansas City, they get the power play goal, and it was 8 seconds into the power play. It was just like that. Kansas City's on the power play. We didn't even get done with the Rogers and Russell read. Before you know it, bam, LeBerge finds the back of the net. It was kind of funny. I'd actually said right there on the power play, watch out for Pascal LeBerge. And then just like that, boom, right on cue, he scores a goal. But then the Grizzlies scored 14 seconds later as Keaton Jameson was over to the right side. A very innocent-looking shot. Shane Starrett would like to have that one back, and it looked like Jameson ended up going 5-hole on Starrett. And after Jameson scored the goal, Johnny Walker must have done something. He got a slashing penalty. Bryson Martin was very hot at the referee over that call. And it was interesting, but the Grizzlies did a good job. It was a Utah disaster cleanup successful penalty kill on the Walker penalty. Kansas City 1 for 2 on the power play. Utah 0 for 1. It's good to see Cam Strong reach the double-digit goal-scoring club. I think he's the 9th player for the Grizzlies this year to score 10 or more goals. Cameron Wright leads the way with 19. Taryn Pfizer has 18. Dylan Fitz with 15. And he's now the 7th Grizzly player to have 10 goals. So 10 players for the Grizzlies have 10 or more goals. 7 of them have exactly 10 goals. And Cam Strong joins that club here tonight in the first period.
Well, I think it just goes to show that the Grizzlies are getting depth scoring. When you talk about a guy like Cam Strong, Dylan Fitz, I mean, the list goes on, as you just mentioned. It's really good to see a lot of guys hitting that double-digit milestone. That just means that the Grizzlies are able to roll 3 lines, and guys on each one of those lines are able to score for them.
Cam Strong's a +2 tonight. Strong coming into play tonight was a +6 in his last 7 games. And think about all those guys over the last month after the first 5 games in February where the Grizzlies lost 5 in a row. What's really been the difference over the last month? Well, it's been Dylan Fitz really stepping up. He's got 14 points in his last 10 games. And Cam Strong now has 10 points in his last 11 games. Even though he's out of the lineup tonight, Jordan Martell, the Roosters, really made an impact. And Connor McDonald and Aaron Tho, they've been amazing in the plus-minus category. And Dakota Raby, can't forget about the impact that he has made along with Dylan Fitz. You're getting better depth scoring over the last month, and for the Grizzlies, if they want to make the playoffs, they're going to need to get scoring from up and down the lineup, and they've been able to do that over the last month.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree, and I really think that this Grizzlies team is clicking. at the right time. You mentioned those additions. Martell has been great. Unfortunately, he's out of the lineup, but Dylan Fitz was acquired last year. Ever since he's come over to Utah, he seems like he's been playing great. Just the Grizzlies right now, they're just getting scoring from players that you need them to score. You need your role players to score. And I think it's funny, you think about the Optum first goal of the game. We were talking about this in the pregame, that it seems to just be a random guy every time, but that's what you want to see. You don't want it to be the same guys every time. The fact that tonight it's Cam Strong. I didn't pick Cam Strong, but I wish I did. But the thing is just it's so unpredictable, but that's the way you want it to be. It just goes to show that any guy in the Grizzlies lineup can make a difference.
Make sure to go to the Grizzlies team store every time you come to Maverik Center. A lot of great stuff. Hats, t-shirts, souvenirs. Easy for me to say. Get a jersey hoodie. I got one of the look that the Grizzlies have tonight. One of those Colorado Avalanche themed hoodie jerseys that the Grizzlies have. What the Grizzlies are wearing tonight. A lot of good stuff over at the Grizzlies team store. Almost feels like a deadlock right now, even though Kansas City has a 15-10 shot edge. I'm really curious to see what's going to make the difference here in the second period. How are the Grizzlies going to find a way to get ahead in this game? You think about last night, it was a pretty even game. Utah won 2-1. Tonight felt like a pretty even first period. I think for the Grizzlies, it's just a matter of being as physical as Kansas City. It looked like Kansas City wanted to set a physical tone in the first period, and they did that. So can the Grizzlies play a physical brand of hockey here in the second period and be decisive with their passes? Grizzlies had 6 giveaways in the first period, and that was just too many. Both teams had 6 scoring chances. Grizzlies a slight edge in the face-off circle, 15-13. It sounds like a cliche, but the Grizzlies just have to do all those little things, and those little things will add up. And we saw here in a couple of occasions, get some traffic out in front of the net. McDonald had that shot in the first period that probably would have scored even if there wasn't traffic, but there was in the first period last night. And Cameron Wright in the third period, it was just an extra effort, winning that battle out in front of the net. That's how he scored his goal. And that first goal that Utah scored that Cam Strong had, well, it was out in front of the net on a rebound. So the Grizzlies, they're going to find a way to score on Shane Sterrett in this Mavericks unit. They're going to have to get out in front of the net and do the dirty work.
Yeah, Shane Sterrett, as I mentioned before, he's had a really solid season. He's a phenomenal goaltender. He's been sharp here tonight. He was sharp last night, even in the loss. It's going to take something special to beat him. Really, it's either going to have to be a tip out in front, deflection of some sort. You're going to have to screen him, maybe have some excellent puck movement and just catch him going the wrong way. But you're not going to beat him with a conventional shot. He's just not going to let you do that. So for the Grizzlies, you mentioned, it's going to be those little things, winning those battles along the boards, winning those races to pucks. For the Grizzlies, you just have to find a way to just put pucks on net and find a way to beat Shane Sterrett. But it's not going to be easy, and Kansas City's not just going to hand you the 2 points here tonight.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens here in the second period. Trent Miner and Shane Sterrett's an outstanding goaltending matchup. We got a great crowd here at Maverik Center. Lower bowl's pretty much full. We see the upper bowls filling up as well. And it's affiliate night. The Stanley Cup is in the building, and there's that little extra juice. And you see it the way both teams have performed here so far tonight. But it's made for an exciting atmosphere here at Maverik Center. And don't forget, the 3-game series will end tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. 3 o'clock is going to be the start. And, the second period will be during the NCAA selection show. You can DVR that thing, or you can look at a bracket afterwards. Come on down and enjoy some Grizzlies hockey with us as we got the final game of the 3-game set. Next week, the Grizzlies are going to be taking on the Allen Americans. And when we return to the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report, we'll tell you how Allen's doing against Idaho here so far tonight. Rapid City is hosting Wichita. We'll let you know how the Tulsa Whalers are doing against Cincinnati. We'll do a little bit of scoreboard watching and talk about the Mountain Division standings when we come back. Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report. We're tied at 2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life. I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Wadding here with Chiarenza. First intermission over Idaho Central Arena. The Steelheads lead the Allen Americans 2-0, and we're obviously watching that game with a little bit of interest. Allen is in fourth place in the Mountain Division with 57 standings points. They lost last night 6-4 to Idaho. The Grizzlies with 55 standings points are just two behind the Allen Americans for fourth place, and that's important because the top four teams in each division make the playoffs. Idaho leads 2-0. Wade Murphy and A.J. White have the Steelheads goals. Idaho outshot Idaho outshot Allen 10-7 in the first period. They're through one over Idaho Central Arena. Steelheads lead the Americans 2-0. 14 minutes left in the second. Rapid City leads Wichita 1-0. As Keanu Yamamoto picked up his 15th goal of the season, 2:17 into the second. Colton Leader and Jimmy Soper with the assists. Rapid City is in sixth place in the Mountain Division. They've got 51 points. Wichita is currently tied with Kansas City for second place in the Mountain Division with 59 points. So I think Kansas City fans will be rooting for Rapid City this evening, as Wichita and Kansas City, as we mentioned, tied for second with 59 standings points. Cincinnati and Tulsa are meeting at BOK Center. Through two periods, Cincinnati leads Tulsa 3-1. Tulsa's in last place in the Mountain Division, but Guy, we've been talking about the Stanley Cup a little bit tonight. A lot of interesting action on the ice. You can't underestimate the importance of this series on the playoff picture in the Mountain Division.
Yeah, this is a huge game, Tyson. I mean, you just think about the Grizzlies winning 2 out of 3 games, hopefully 3 out of 3 games here against Kansas City. If you win the 3 out of 3, you're tied with the Mavericks at 59 points. And that's just huge in terms of playoff implications. But even if you're just able to steal 2 out of 3 games here, you inch closer and closer to Kansas City. And if Wichita and Allen continue to lose, that just puts the Grizzlies right back in the thick of things. And so it's crucial that the Grizzlies get the 2 points here tonight.
Remember, Grizzlies and the Mavericks will meet for the final time this season tomorrow afternoon. Utah's 5-1 against Kansas City. They've won 5 in a row against the Mavericks, and the Grizzlies have had success against Wichita. They were 5-0 against the Thunder last season and 2-0 so far this year. Now, remember, the Thunder will be in town for a 3-game set on March 29th, 31st, and April 1st. That's going to be an enormous series in terms of the standings for both teams. Grizzlies, outside of a 3-game series against Cincinnati, will be playing division opponents throughout the rest of the regular season. Don't forget, the next homestand is going to be a lot of fun, as the Cincinnati Cyclones will be in town for a 3-game set. Friday, March 24th is going to be Military Night, presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. So come on out. Grizzlies are going to be wearing their specialty jerseys. That's going to be 13 days from now. March 24th, it's Military Night here at Maverik Center. Make sure to get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com or by calling 801-988-8000. That's 801-988-8000. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll have second period action as we're tied at 2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life. I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Now, Guy, did we get the memo? I know every now and then you got a black shirt with a yellow tie, and I got a black shirt with a yellow tie. These aren't exactly Colorado Avalanche colors, but looks like we're wearing the same shirt and the same tie combination.
Hey, listen, great minds think alike, all right?
Yeah.
We both got up today. We decided we're going to put on a black shirt with a yellow tie, and it was the greatest decision we ever made. I think later on tonight we need to get a picture with Stanley in the middle, and we need to do a back-to-back pose like Lemieux and Yager, right? We even got the yellow ties. It'd be perfect.
So when we win the Broadcaster of the Year award, that will be the picture we'll show. Stanley Cup, you on one side with your black shirt and yellow tie, me with my black shirt and yellow tie. I think it'd be perfect.
I think that'd be great.
We'll see who ends up breaking this deadlock as we're tied at 2. Kansas City outshot Utah 15-10 in the first period. Grizzlies are going to be skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. Kansas City will be skating from our right to our left. Both teams had 6 scoring chances in the first period. Zach Sekos will take the draw against Nick Pastajov. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Kyle pouncing his own zone. Goes D to D with Martin. He'll move it ahead. Goes past Cameron Wright. Kicked away by Starrett. Zach Sekos skates towards the right corner of the Kansas City zone. Now Wright spins it from one corner to the other. Raby back around. He avoids a check of Santurno, who's making his Kansas City debut. Over to the left side, Santurno gets the puck. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. Left wing pass to Luke Stevens. Stevens left side shot saved by Minor. Rebound goes out towards the end wall. Stevens throws it up top. And Shiava over towards McLaughlin. They'll roll it around the boards. Back towards Santurno as he gets pushed by Pouncey. Now back to Pastajov, who skates to the near side eye. Tries to feed it out in front. The pass kicks over to the left side. McLaughlin left wing shot. And it's blocked out in front. Might have hit his own guy, Stevens. Sekos crosses center ice. He'll dump it in. Grizzlies make their first line change of the second period. Kansas City skates around the net. As McLaughlin towards the near side, throws it back to Josh Helms. He'll feed it out to neutral ice. Goes past Nick Pastajov. He didn't get a piece of it. Icing is on Kansas City. 19:01 left in the second.
Well, I really think special teams are going to play a factor throughout the remainder of this game. We saw Kansas City go 1 for 2 on the power play. Grizzlies 0 for 1. So far, Kansas City's winning the special teams battle, but you got to think if you want to win this game for the Grizzlies, you got to win that special teams battle.
A lot of face-offs in the first period. There was 28 face-offs in the first frame. The period seemed to lack flow to it. I think that's the way Kansas City would like to have it, especially with them being shorthanded of forwards. As Penner will take the draw against Pastajov over on the near side of Kansas City's zone. As a draw won by the Mavericks. McLaughlin skates towards the far side. He'll move it ahead. As Kansas City towards center ice. Good poke check by Penner. He gets the puck. He'll throw it to Fitzik. Glance off his stick. Now finds the right side shot. Saved by Starrett. Rebound goes out to Pastajov. He's at neutral ice. He'll cross center. Pastajov fires a shot. Glove saved by Minor. He'll drop it on the ice and he'll give it to James Shears. Got an A on his sweater. He feeds over to the captain, Connor McDonald. Now back to Shearer, far side. They'll throw it to center ice. It bounced off a Pfizer's stick and rolls back towards Pascal Laberge, who picked up a goal in the first period. He's got 21 this season. Now Josh Helms at center ice, left wing, rolls it around the boards. Back towards the far side, Josh Lamon gets it kicked away by Shearer. Kansas City feeds the far circle. The only guy home is a Grizzly. Pfizer gets out to center ice, and he'll dump it in. Penner chases after it. Penner collides with Calvis. Penner has a puck out, glance off him. Cam Strong gets it poked away. Taken back by Kansas City. Hugo Waugh gets around Walker. Cross the center ice. Left wing pass to Laberge. Laberge stops the left side. He gets it poked away by Tho. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Taken back by Kansas City. Konepke will throw it to the far side. Sambrook over to Laberge, who dumps it in. He'll get off the ice at the end of a Kansas City shift. 17:50 and counting left in the second. We're tied at 2. Keaton Jamison, right wing, crosses center ice. He'll dump it in easy. Gets around to Ryan Harrison. Harrison in the near corner gets it poked away by Strong. Strong looks to the center to Walker, who fell down. He couldn't accept the pass. Walker thought there should have been a penalty, but we play on. Throw at the Utah blue line. Moves ahead to Strong. Strong glides towards the right corner. He gets poked away by Konepke. He'll feed it out to center ice. It bounced off of Tho. No icing. Kansas City will change things up. 17:22 and counting left in the second. Still tied at 2. Jamison neutral ice. Feeds it to his left. Skating in towards the left side. is Cameron Wright. He'll take a shot, and it didn't get towards Starrett. It's Kansas City cut in front of him. Now right towards the right side, pass behind him, and it goes to center ice. Martin skates back into the Grizzlies zone. He'll skate towards the left side. Now feeds it back to Pouncey. He overskates it, but Sekos takes over the puck. Back to Martin in the Grizzlies zone. Utah skating from left to right. Martin crosses center ice, right wing pass to right. Back over to Martin. He'll chip it over to the left side. Shot! On, hits the pipe. Iron unkind. Sekos with a good look from the left side, but we stay tied at 2. Raby over to right. He's in the left wing. He'll gain the line. Right, skates towards his right. He'll take a shot, and it's blocked out in front of Starrett. It was blocked by Jake McLaughlin. He'll throw it to the far side. Shearer spins it around. Right lets it go to the point. Connor McDonald gathers it. He'll feed it towards right circle for Raby. Raby glides to the high slot for Shearer. Shearer couldn't accept it. Kansas City has a 2-on-1. They cross center ice. Mavericks into the zone. They skate towards the right circle. Take a shot, and it goes wide. That was Santorno. His shot went wide. Looking for his first goal in a Kansas City uniform. Raby gets hit by Josh Helms. Mavericks have the puck in their own zone. McLaughlin gets over to Passage, the Kansas City captain. Back to McLaughlin. He's got good size at 6'2", 190. He'll throw it to the near side for Helms. He'll let it go past him. Passage at center ice, dumps it in. Miner behind his net, throws to the far side for Fitz. He'll ricochet off the Kansas City stick. Now Fitz gets it back in his own zone. He'll throw it to the right for Pfizer. Pfizer over to the right side, gets around Elms. Pfizer looks to center. It kicks off the stick of Theo Calvis. Now Pfizer gets back left side. He'll take a shot, and it goes wide. Puck glides along the near boards. Aaron Tho keeps it in. Right point. Shot goes wide. As Kansas City pokes it out to center. LeBerge drops it off. Josh Lamon gains the line from the right side over to LeBerge. He'll get it across to Calvis. One-timer saved by Miner. Rebound goes to Pfizer. He'll drift it across towards the far wing boards. Konepke feeds to the goal line. Tic-tac-toe shot saved by Miner. Boy, LeBerge with a good look out for Josh Lamon out in front, but Miner makes the save.
Great save there by Trent Miner. In the last couple of minutes, I think we've really seen this game start to open up a little bit. Saw some good looks on both sides. We're still tied.
Boy, Wright had a pretty good look there for Martin. Then Sekos. Boy, Starrett made a nice save, though, closing up the far side. And then back the other way. Kansas City with a really good two-pass combination for Lamon. And he was all alone and out in front of the net. And Miner made the save there. Good action here at Maverik Center. Fans are still getting to their seats after the intermission. Big crowd, probably the second largest crowd we've had all season. Draw won by Kansas City. They're in the offensive zone. Nate Konepke left point will bounce it off the boards. Rolls towards Miner, feeds it back to the corner. Kansas City gets up top. Konepke was skating the other way as it goes to center ice. Mavericks will reset. Sandberg over to Harrison across the center ice. Fanned on dumping it in. Good play by Walker. Now Walker gets in the right side. Skates towards the circle. Toe drag shot. And it's blocked. It's blocked by Konepke. Walker delivers a hit on Konepke. Puck at neutral ice. Harrison gets hit by Walker. John Schiavo back in his own zone, moves it ahead. Kansas City crosses center. Jordan Timmons gets it poked away. And Timmons gets it back at neutral ice. He'll skate towards his left. Timmons out towards the left circle. Stops, surveys, fanned on a pass that kicks out to center ice. Pouncey got spun around by Timmons. Now puck is deep in the Kansas City zone. As the Mavericks skate towards the far side. As Stompelhar skates towards the right circle, take a righty shot. Saved by Miner. 14:24 left in the second. We're still tied at 2. Kansas City's taken 4 shots here in the second period. The Grizzlies have taken 3.
Trent Miner really has been sharp in this game. Makes another excellent save there. But you mentioned when the action was going end to end, guys were making saves on each end. Trent Miner was there to slam the door shut on Kansas City. Now it's up for the Grizzlies to get that momentum from the crowd and feed it into the game and start getting some offense going the other way and get the next goal.
Draws in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. We're tied at 2. 14:24 left in the second period. Draw won by Kansas City. Right wing shot goes wide. Maverick goes down on a rebound attempt. As Vladislav Mikalchuk throws it out to center ice. Pfizer overskates the puck. He gets hit by Stevens. Pfizer gets held up by Passage off. Stevens as a kick past him. McLaughlin in the Kansas City zone gets it. Stompelhar throws it end to end to Stevens. Stevens gets it. Left side shot. Saved by Miner. Trent holds on. 14:03 left in the second. Draw's going to stay in the Grizzlies zone. Utah in their Colorado Avalanche themed jerseys. Both teams make a line change. Had a lot of fun here so far. Action's starting to pick up, but I got a feeling as this game progresses, it's going to get more and more physical.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And I think a guy to watch out for on the Utah side of things has to be Johnny Walker. He's been the thick of everything physical in this game. He was in it last night. He's been that way so far in this one.
Draws in the near side. It's won by Kansas City. LeBears with a shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to Dakota Raby. He's back in his own zone. He turns it over. Backhand shot goes wide. As Raby blocked it, it's taken by LeBears. Now Raby battles with LeBears in the corner. Gets around LeBears. The call check gets held up. Raby battles along the boards with two Kansas City players. Raby comes out of the pile looking for the puck. It's still at his ankles. He gets held up by Lamon. Now Kansas City throws up top for Josh Elms. Across it, Theo Calvis, right wing shot, and it's blocked. As Kansas City kicks it down the middle, Utah picks it off. Raby throws to center ice for Sekos. He gains the line, stops on the right side. Skeet starts his left. They'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Right around the net, trying to feed Raby out in front. And the pass is wide of the mark, out to center ice, taken by LeBears. One-on-one battle with Bartley. LeBears towards the left corner. He skates around Utah's net. He'll feed it around. Kansas City in the middle of a line change. It could have been called for too many men, but it wasn't called. Harrison around the net. He gets held up by Tho. We get a whistle. And looks like the net got dislodged. They put the net back in place. 13:09 left in the second. We're tied at 2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Tied at 2, 13:09 left in the second period. Guy, what have you seen so far in the second?
Well, Tyson, more back and forth action, but the pace is picked up here in the second period. I think it's only a matter of time before we see another goal in this game.
Tyler Penner will take the draw against Ryan Harrison. Face-offs in the near circle. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, 2:50 pregame show, 3:10 face-off for the series finale. Grizzlies will be on the road against the Allen Americans this upcoming Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Pregame set over at Credit Union of Texas Event Center. Kansas City wins the draw. Konepke throws it across. Sandbrook, right wing shot, saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to Fitz, who throws over the head of Sandbrook, who gloves it and gives it over to Loren Ouellette. He'll skate down the middle. Lefty shot goes wide. Puck goes back to Harrison. He's on the right side. Harrison near the corner. Fakes a shot, throws up top for Sandbrook. Sandbrook fires towards the right circle. Poked away as Timmons is trying to locate it. Fitz will lift it high into the air. It bounces at neutral ice. Taken back by Kansas City. Nate Konepke will cut in front of his goaltender, Shane Starrett, who communicates with him verbally. Konepke loses the puck. Penner behind Kansas City's net. Battles with Harrison. Taking its spot. Fitz. He'll throw it up top for Martin. Across to Pouncey. Pass wide of the mark. Pouncey gets it off the boards. Keeps it in the offensive zone. And he'll feed it to the right corner. Konepke throws it from one corner to the other. Harrison gets hit by Pfizer. As he'll skate towards the left side. Penner gets it to McDonald. Right wing shot. That's blocked by Konepke. Fitz rolls it around the boards. Martin collides with Kansas City. Martin keeps the puck. He skates towards the left circle. Gets tripped up. No call. Mavericks come back the other way. They cross center ice. Harrison with a right wing pass. Mavericks enter the zone, but they make a line change in the process. McDonald delivers a hit. Grizzlies get the puck. As Bryson Martin towards the near side. Will tap it off the glass. It stays in play at the Utah blue line, or the Kansas City blue line. McLaughlin throws it towards Samplehar. Nick Passajob gains the line, skates down the middle. He gets around McDonald. McDonald trips him up. The penalty is going to be called. Puck rolls towards Minor, who covers up. Great move by Nick Passajob as McDonald tripped up Passajob as he was skating by him. Connor McDonald knew it. He didn't even need to be assisted by a linesman. So McDonald's going to skate towards the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for tripping, I believe. But it's not McDonald, it's James Shearer who's going to the box. Shearer can't believe it. Tripping's the call. Walker pleads his case as well. Kansas City's going to be on the power play. They're 1 for 2 on the man advantage here so far tonight. waiting for the Grizzly to go to the penalty box. I think it was McDonald. Could have been two guys. Two guys were reaching over for passage off. One of them was going to the penalty box. And it's the Grizzlies captain, Connor McDonald, just serving 2 minutes.
Well, either way for the Grizzlies, I think that's a penalty that you'd like to take, as it seems like Pashigov was on a mission towards driving towards the net. He might have scored if Connor McDonald didn't trip him up there. So that's one of those penalties where, yeah, you hate to go to the penalty box, but might have saved the goal.
McDonald gets 2 minutes for tripping, 8:20 into the second period. Grizzlies looking for a successful Utah disaster cleanup penalty kill as Grizz win the draw. Puck back behind Utah's net. James Shearer gets it in the near side. He'll backhand it towards the left point. It bounces over Hugo Wass, sticking out to neutralize. Grizzlies get a 2-on-2. Jamison over to Sekos in the right circle. I try to feed it across. It glanced off the stick of passage off and flies out of play off the protective netting. 11:23 left in the second. Still tied at 2. Draw's going to be in the Kansas City zone.
One thing the Grizzlies have done really well all season long is getting offensive looks while on the penalty kill. And we see it here. Even though they don't score on this play, don't even get a shot off, they still find a way to get it a draw in the Kansas City zone.
Sekos take the draw against Nick Passage-off, and it's won by Utah. Jamison skates towards the corner. He's battling with Josh Lamon. Lamon moves ahead. As Kansas City, Pascal LeBert. She's got a goal tonight. Skates in from the left side. He'll skate towards the corner, stops, centers it. Passage-off with a shot. He scores. And the Kansas City captain has scored a power play tally. It's Kansas City's second man advantage goal of the night. The Mavericks have taken a 3-2 lead. Passage-off high fives everybody on the Kansas City bench. 30 seconds into the power play. Kansas City retakes the lead. Lamon was out in front of the net trying to redirect it, but Passage-off gets his 16th goal of the season. He is in the top 10 all-time in a lot of statistical categories in Mavericks history. Passage-off with the goal. LeBerge and Jake McLaughlin with the assists. So LeBerge with 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Mavericks big guns are getting it done this evening.
On Tyson, we mentioned the special teams battle before. That's another power play goal for Kansas City. They're winning the special teams department. Now they're winning the game.
Face off at center ice. The Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 24-13. Utah won last night 2-1. We've had a lot more action, a lot more scoring here tonight. Grizzlies gather it. As Kyle Pouncey will dump it in. Calvis chases after it. He's behind Kansas City's net. He'll throw it to the near side. Now Loren Ullette, the longest tenured Maverick, will throw it towards the near side. Harrison tried to chip it ahead. It bounces off of Sekos. Now Elms around the Kansas City net. Feeds it back to Jordan Timmons. He'll skate to neutralize, move it ahead to Ullette. He wears number 14. He'll skate across the blue line, now towards the left circle. He gets tripped up by Sekos, and that's going to be a penalty. Over to the right side, Kansas City gets it to McLaughlin. Kansas City's already got 2 power play goals, and they're going to be on the power play again. As over to the right side, Kansas City gets it to LeBerge. Delayed penalty. Over to McLaughlin. Left side shot, and it kicks off a Ullette. Ullette feeds it down the middle. As Harrison gets to McLaughlin, the left point. Across for Waugh, back to McLaughlin. He'll feed it to the left side for LeBerge. One-timer, saved by Minor. Trenton holds on, 10-12 left in the second period. Zach Sekos gets 2 minutes for tripping as he's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Mavericks lead 3-2.
Well, not a position you want to be in if you're the Grizzlies. You want to go back to the penalty kill after Kansas City has already scored 2 power play goals in this game. But Dakota Raby and Jordan Timmons really battling while it was a delayed penalty there. I think that's something we have to keep our eyes on throughout the course of this game. As you mentioned, physical play is going to ramp up, and we're starting to see that here.
It was one of those penalties Sekos didn't need to do. He was behind Ullette, and Ullette really didn't have. It wasn't like Ullette was going to get a scoring chance if Sekos didn't trip him up. One of those that Sekos would like to have back. Kansas City wins the draw. They lead 3-2. They've got 2 power play goals. Hugo Wall along the near boards will feed it to the near goal line for Passage-off. He skates around the net. Now up top, it goes to McLaughlin. He's in the high slot. He skates towards his left. He'll fire towards the net. It got redirected by Keaton Jamison. Kansas City trying to get it back up top for McLaughlin. Jamison moves ahead to Penner. Back to Jamison. 2-on-2. He gains the line. Right side shot blocked by McLaughlin. McLaughlin skates behind Kansas City's net to get it. Jamison challenges him, but McLaughlin will skate down the middle. As he now crosses center ice, skating down Broadway. He gains the line towards the right side Trying to chip it back up top. Grizzlies anticipate it, move it ahead. Looking for Pfizer, passes wide of the mark and glides towards Shane Sterrett. He'll feed it off the far wing boards as Kansas City skates from right to left here in the second period. Hugo Waugh gains the line with momentum. He'll skate towards the right side. Now in the corner. He gets hit by Schurz. Played a good game. Harrison throws it up top. Mavericks skate towards their right. Sandbrook feeds it back to the right side for passage off. Back to Sandbrook. He'll get it to passage off. Right side near the boards. He'll get it back up top for Sandbrook. He'll feed it to the left side for LeBerge. He got it out in front. Shot is blocked by his own guy. Grizzlies couldn't clear it out. Sandbrook over to the right side. Shot to score. That's Nick Passageoff's second of the game on a one-timer from the right circle. And the Mavericks now have 3 power play goals here tonight, and they lead 4-2.
Well, Tyson, another power play goal for Kansas City, and that was more like a 5-on-3 because James Shearer did not have a stick for the majority of the time that Kansas City had puck possession. Now it's a 4-2 game.
Kansas City is winning the special teams battle here tonight. Passageoff for the second goal of the second period and 17th of the season. Assist goes to number 6, Jordan Sandbrook. It's his 20th assist of the campaign. So the Grizzlies have some catching up to do. They trail 4-2 with 8:58 left in the second period. They're halfway through the scheduled 60 minutes. Grizzlies win the draw. Aaron Tho wraps it around the boards. Calvis on the far side. Grizzlies deliver a hit. 2 Grizzlies collide by dangerous players. A Grizzly that's slow to get up. And it's Johnny Walker. He's slow to get back to his feet. Mavericks attack the zone. Stevens with a shot. Blocker saved by Miner. Now up top for Josh Helms. He'll fire it towards the net. A lot of traffic out in front. Ulat hacking away. Miner's covered up. The net gets dislodged. And we get a whistle with 8:33 left in the second. Kansas City once again on the attack. Grizzlies have got to find a way to not let Kansas City get into the attack zone with some momentum like they have.
Yeah, Tyson, the Grizzlies are really reeling right now. They need to find a way to just stop the bleeding. And one of their biggest energy guys just went down the tunnel, Johnny Walker. Sucks to see him leave. Hopefully he'll be able to come back. But for the Grizzlies, you just got to find a way to turn the tide here.
Unfortunately, there's been a few games here recently where the second period, it seems like the Grizzlies, for whatever reason, haven't had the momentum. And they've had a tough time stopping the bleeding in a couple of occasions. Here's another one where Kansas City's got the Grizzlies on their heels, and the Grizzlies have got to find a way to change momentum halfway through this game. As a draw won by Kansas City, as Josh Lamon throws it up top. Now it kicks over to the right side. Mavericks feed it to LeBerge. One-timer, saved by Miner. Rebound goes out towards the net near side. LeBerge gets it across to Sandbrook. Now to the slot for Waugh. Utah picks it up. Grizzlies cross center ice. They gain the line. Bryson Martin left point shot. Saved by Sterrett. Rebound goes out towards the far goal line. Mikalchuk around the net. Mikalchuk over to Tyler Penner, sporting a beard. Penner drops it off for Simeone, also sporting a beard. He'll skate towards his left. He'll take a shot and gets redirected out in front of Sterrett. Rolls towards Sandbrook. They'll throw it to the far side. Kansas City will move it ahead. Josh Lamon skates towards his left. He gains center ice. Now backhanded airmail towards Miner. Miner gloves it over his head and drops it for Kyle Pouncey. Pouncey behind Utah's net. 7:42 and counting left in the second. Far side, Grizzlies get to center ice. Mikalchuk and Simeone collided sticks. McLaughlin will move it ahead. So Passageoff is on hat trick watch. He's got 2 goals tonight. He skates down the middle. Left wing pass to Stevens. He skates along the boards. He'll take a shot that's blocked by Pouncey. Now Stevens around the net. We'll get it up top. Sam Power will throw it across. And Stompauer gets it back at his blue line. Moves ahead to Passageoff. He gets around Raby. Now bouncing off to Kyle Pouncey does Passageoff. Raby and Passageoff are teammates in Michigan. Cameron Wright, center ice, right wing. He'll feed it across near the Grizzlies bench for Sekos, who dumps it in. Sterrett behind his net. Will drift it towards the corner for McLaughlin. He'll feed it across. Puck lines along the far side, taken by Utah. Though with a shot, and is blocked and flies out of play off the protective netting. 6:56 left in the second. Draw's going to be in the Kansas City zone. Mavericks have just about doubled up the Grizzlies on shots, 27-14.
Yeah, Tyson, I really think that speaks volumes over how the way this game has changed here in the second period. 27-14, the Grizzlies are reeling right now, but I like that last shift there. Now you find your way back into the Kansas City zone. You can win this face-off here. Maybe start some magic. You can cook up something special.
Sekos will take the draw against Ryan Harrison. Harrison drops his stick first. Sekos, stick on his knees. Linesman with some instruction. Big crowd here at Maverik Center. And the draw won by Kansas City. Josh Helms spins it around. Cut off by Raby. I looked to center, but nobody was home. Right to the left side, spins it around. Josh Helms gets there before Sekos. Puck rolls towards the left point. Bartley with the lefty shot. Glove saved by Sterrett. The Kansas City goaltender holds on. 6:43 left in the second. Good look by Victor Bartley, but Shane Sterrett, he was impressive last night, and he's looked impressive here so far.
Yeah, and for the Grizzlies, I mean, it's going to take a lot of effort to really beat Shane Sterrett in this game. I think a guy like Dylan Fitz, you station him out in front of the net, make life tough for Sterrett. I think that's what it's going to take for them to beat him.
Sterrett is number 2 in the league in goals against average among goaltenders with 35 or more games played. Kansas City wins the draw. They're in their own zone in the right corner. Utah delivers a hit. That's Dylan Fitz. It's a puck towards the far side. Pfizer gets it. Pfizer skeets towards the right circle. Take a righty shot. It's blocked. It's blocked by Nate Konepke. Josh Lamon gets it. He skates around the Kansas City net. He'll throw it back to Konepke on the near side. He'll move it ahead to LeBerge. They'll throw it to center ice for Law. Right wing pass towards the right side. Lamon with a shot that's blocked. As he was on the right side, Grizzlies throw it to center. Puck goes between the legs of Santurno. He'll throw it back in his own end. Stompauer will feed it ahead. LeBerge to the left side, looks to center it. Puck rolls back to LeBerge. He's in the corner. He gets double teamed. He gets smashed by 2 Grizzlies. He gets back to his feet. Grizzlies battle in the far corner. Passage off holds up a Grizzly. Less than 6 minutes left in the second period. Kansas City leads 4-2. Now right wing shot saved by Minor. All right, that was a blast net by LeBerge from the right side. Right off the scrum. Minor is able to quickly make the save. 5:47 left in the second. Kansas City leads 4-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
Kansas City leads 4-2. It was tied at 2 after 20 minutes of play. Second period, Nick Passageoff has 2 power play goals. And guy, what do the Grizzlies need to do to get momentum back in this game?
Tyson, I think it just starts with winning faceoffs and getting possession back. That's something the Grizzlies did really well in Friday night's win. They had possession the majority of the time. And I think if the Grizzlies can do that, they can start generating some good offensive chances. I think just a deflection here, a tip in there, Grizzlies could be right back in this game.
Kansas City has outshot Utah 13-4 in the second period. Mavericks are 3 for 4 on the power play. Utah is 0 for 1. Bryson Martin and Dakota Raby are tied for the club lead with 3 shots each. Draws in the right circle. Grizzlies trying to climb back into this game. That's a lot of applause we've heard all night. Grizzlies win the draw out to the far side. They lift it high into the air. Doesn't hit the video board, but comes close. Penner drops it off. We get a whistle. It's late offside. Penner plays the puck. He argues his case. John's going to come back to neutral ice.
Oh, and you mentioned the crowd. I mean, they've been kind of silent for a while, and this is a fantastic crowd we got at the Maverik Center. This place is filled to the brim with a lot of people here. The Grizzlies need to find a way to not only get themselves back in the game, but also the fans.
And whatever seats are empty are probably people that are going out and looking at the Stanley Cup. As a draw won by Utah, they dump it in. Taken by Stompelhar, number 10. They'll get to Jake McLaughlin. McLaughlin towards the near side, feeds out to neutral ice. Taken by Santurno. In his Mavericks debut, he dumps it in. As it goes back to Bryson Martin. He'll feed it to Tyler Penner on the near side. Penner kicks it to center ice, taken by Bryson Martin, who's been aggressive tonight. He'll feed it to the left side. Mavericks clear it out to center. Goes back to the Utah blue line. Penner gets it. He skates back towards his goal line. Now feeds it across to Martin. He moves out to center ice. It bounced off the stick of Cam Strong. Rolls in the Kansas City zone. Mavericks gather it. Stompelhard gets to the left side for Hugo Waugh. Oh, he was skating the other side. Couldn't reach it. Pouncey moves out to center ice. 2-on-1 battle near the penalty box area. Lamon comes out of it. He'll throw it over to Stompelhar. Back to McLaughlin. Maybe by the end of this weekend, I'll get Stompelhar's name down. Out to neutral ice goes past Josh Lamon's stick. As LeBerge over towards Lamb, he overskates it. Grizzlies at center ice. Raby with great speed. He gains the line, skates towards the left side. As Raby gets held up by Josh Elms. Elms throws down Raby. That's going to be a penalty. Delayed call, and it's going to be on Kansas City. Sekos throws up top for Shearer. One-timer for Wright. Goes wide from the left side, and LeBerge touches up. Josh Elms was over in the far corner and just threw down Dakota Raby. And the referee was in the right place at the right time to make the call.
Yeah, Dakota Raby goes down like a rag doll there, but hey, he draws the penalty there, and why? Because of his speed. He was being such a pest in the offensive zone. Kansas City had no other option but to just take him and throw him down. So great on Dakota Raby to make something happen. And this could be the spark that the Grizzlies need right now.
4:19 left in the second. Mavericks lead 4-2. Elms gets 2 minutes for roughing. 15:41 into the second period. 5 forwards on the ice for the Grizzlies. Sekos right up top. Jamison will take the face off. Pfizer to Jamison's left, and Raby on the right wing. Draws the nearest circle, and it's won by Kansas City. Nate Konepke throws towards Jordan Sambrook, and he'll clear it out. Minor to the far side plays it. In front of the goal line, over to Sekos. Drops off for Wright. Back to Pfizer. He's behind Utah's net. About 4 minutes left in the second period. Grizzlies looking to climb back in this game. Pass head bounced off the Sekos skate. Kansas City gathers it, and Konepke will clear it out. But just to center ice. Good job by Pfizer. It's like players are fanning on passes left and right. Jamison gains the line, gets to Raby. Up top for Sekos. Fans take up a "Let's Go Grizzlies" chant. Pfizer on the right side. Feeds it across to Wright. Passes wide of the mark. Wright gets it off the board. So drifted up top for Sekos. He'll glide it to Pfizer. Pfizer on the right side. Kicks it over to Wright. He's in the left point. Back to Pfizer. He lets it go. Pfizer has to chase after it in the right point. He gets to Sekos. Back to Pfizer. He skates towards his left. He fakes it to right. Gets to Sekos on the right side. Sekos gets it to the near goal line for Jamison. Who hacks away with Konepke. Jamison shot saved by Sterrett. As Jamison was just kind of battling with Konepke, he was able to get the puck and fire towards Sterrett. He makes a routine save. 3:20 left in the second period. 1:01 left in Utah's power play. Kansas City leads 4-2.
Well, good puck movement there by the Grizzlies on that power play. I would have liked to see a little bit more shooting, though. That's something I noticed in Friday night's game, and I noticed it here. Grizzlies, just shoot the puck. You're down in this game. Maybe station somebody out in front. Just get a rebound. Anything will do. But you got to find a way to shoot the puck.
Kansas City's outshot Utah 28-15 here tonight. Grizzlies won the draw. They made a line change during the last whistle. Bryson Martin left side skates towards the corner. Tried to kick it out in front. It bounced off a Maverick skate. Rolls towards the right corner. Martin battles with McLaughlin. Martin holds up McLaughlin. Puck squirts towards the left point off the boards. Tyler Penner's got 10 goals this season. He gets the puck taken away from him. Kansas City clears it out. Minor plays it behind his net. Mavericks make a line change. 34 seconds and counting left in Utah's power play. Josh Elms in the box, 2 minutes for roughing. Grizzlies cross center. Fitz over to Strong. Back to Fitz on the right side. Gets over to Strong in the corner, but playing a good game and clearing it out is Jordan Sambrook. He's got 22 points coming into play tonight. He's got a second period assist. Minor behind his net. 15 seconds left in the power play. 2.5 minutes left in the second. Fans take up a "Let's Go Grizzlies" chant. Right wing pass to Fitz. He gains the blue line. He'll throw it to the left side for Penner. He'll take a righty shot. It goes wide. Sure, over to the right side. Spins along the wall. Josh Elms is out of the penalty box right now. Grizzlies in the attack zone. Though around the net. He's now to the right side. Band on the shot. Hugo Waugh takes it. Waugh skates along the near wing boards. Grizzlies retreat defensively. Ahead to Ouellette. He gains the blue line and dumps it in. Mavericks at the end of their shift. A successful penalty kill for Kansas City. Grizzlies towards the far side. Kansas City to the far circle. Take a shot. Hits the side of the net. Grizzlies gather it. They move it ahead. Turnover. And a shot by Santurno goes wide. Mavericks over in the far corner. Grizzlies get to Simeone. Will tap it off the glass. It flies in the air and bounces at neutral ice. McLaughlin will skate back into his own zone. He skates around Sterrett. McLaughlin being chased by McCalchuk. As McLaughlin gains center ice, now he gains the blue line. Gets around Simeone. McLaughlin gets around McDonald. McLaughlin's had the puck this entire time. Throws it behind his back. Simeone takes it away. He turns it over. Santurno trying to center it. Simeone picked it off. As McCalchuk moves ahead, he gets blasted at center ice by McLaughlin. Pfizer to the right side, gains around the net. Simeone back to Pfizer, who gets held up by Stoppelhar. As passage off with 2 goals tonight. Hacks away with Simeone behind Kansas City's net. 1:10 left in the second. As puck goes to Kansas City off the scrum. Mavericks lift it high into the air. Does it hit the video board? It does. hit off the video board. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Grizzlies. It's a very tempting target up there if you're a defenseman trying to clear it out.
Well, it's hard to miss. It's huge, it's big, and it's awesome, really. That's a nice addition to the Maverik Center here. And when we see him, I think that's the 4th or 5th time that a guy has hit the video board this season.
It's real and it's spectacular. It's about as spectacular as that Stanley Cup that's here tonight.
That's right.
It's both spectacular. Good atmosphere here at Maverik Center. Great improvements to the building. The video board at Center Ice has been a game changer. I think that's part of the reason why attendance is up. Can't beat the live action Utah Grizzlies hockey. Grizzlies win the draw. Bartley throws to right. Back to the corner for Raby. Gets it over to Shearer. He'll take a left wing shot. It goes wide. Got blocked by Josh Lamon's stick, I believe. Sekos on the right side. Skates towards the point. He gets pushed by Elms. Elms got good size. Now Shearer glanced off of his stick and exits the zone. Shearer gets tripped up, no call. Pascal LeBur skates down the middle. He'll skate towards the left circle, look at the center it. Miner gets it and covers up. After the whistle, some pushing and shoving near the end boards. I couldn't tell, could they have made a call right there in the high slot? Because really, Shearer going down is what kind of led to that scoring chance by LeBerge.
Yeah,
let's see.
Shearer, I really think that should have been a penalty.
He hooked him at neutral ice.
Hooks him, sends him to the floor, and that's what creates that scoring chance, that 2-on-1.
And because of that, that's a call that's got to be made because it has a direct impact on potential scoring chance.
That's absolutely right. That should have been a call.
Chiava was cutting out in front of the net. The puck just kind of bounced towards Miner before Chiava was able to get it. Draws over in the near circle. Kansas City leads 4-2. 35.9 seconds left. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 29-15. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Utah has come back in a couple of games in the third period as of late. They're going to need to do so here tonight. Timmons with a shot that's blocked. Shearer behind the net gets held up. Ryan Harrison throws up top, but Kansas City couldn't keep the line. Goes back towards Shane Sterrett, far goal line. He skates around his own net. Less than 20 seconds left in the period. As the Mavericks kick it ahead. As Harrison will ricochet it off the boards. It flips high into the air, bounces to center ice. Yolette gains the line, avoids a check. Utah pokes it away. It stays in play towards center ice near boards. Right gets poked away by Konecki. 4 seconds left. Kansas City gains center ice, dumps it in. Shearer takes it, lifts it high into the air, and that will do it for 40 minutes here at Maverik Center. We're tied at 2 after one period. Kansas City got 2 power play goals by Nick Pastajov. Goals 16 and 17 on the year. The Mavericks have a 4-2 lead, but remember the Grizzlies have come back in the third period on a couple of occasions here over the last few weeks. When we return, Guy Chiarenza will recap the first 2 periods of play, and we'll also talk about what the Grizzlies need to do to come back in the third period. We'll also go over some Mountain Division scores. We'll do a little bit of scoreboard watching at the playoff picture. There's 17 games left in the regular season, 16 after tonight for the Grizzlies. They need a third period comeback as Kansas City leads 4-2 on affiliate night as we're honoring the 2022 Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Welcome to the Rio Tinto Kennecott second intermission report. I'm Guy Chiarenza alongside Tyson Whiting. The first period was an evenly played period, but Kansas City really broke through in the second. And as a result of that, they've got a 4-2 lead after 40 minutes of play. The Grizzlies got the first goal of the game. It was Cam Strong getting the Optum first goal of the game. And I believe, if memory serves me correctly, that was Kiki Crumb's pick for the first goal of the game. And Cam Strong gets his 10th of the year, so he joins the double-digit club, 9-13 into the first period. That was assisted by Dylan Fitz and Bryson Martin. Cam Strong causing commotion out in front of the net, and he pokes it home. Grizzlies have a 1-0 lead, but 34 seconds later, Hugo Watt takes offense to that, and he pots in his 14th goal of the year, making it a 1-1 game. That was assisted by Elms. And then Kansas City went on the power play, and they cashed in, and that will be a recurring theme in this game. And it's 12-19 into the first. Pascal Laberge passes 21st of the year, and that was assisted by Jake McLaughlin and Josh Lamont. And then 14 seconds after that, Keaton Jamison settles the score and makes the 2-2 game. 12:33 into the first period. That's unassisted. He puts away his 11th of the year. Really a sneaky shot down low, below the far circle. And he catches Shane Starrett off guard, and he makes it a 2-2 game. And that's where we stood after 20 minutes of play. But in the second period, it was all Kansas City. And they really dominated in terms of the special teams game, where they potted 2 more power play goals in this period. 8:50 into the second period. It was Nick Pashujov getting his 16th of the year, assisted by LaBerge and McLaughlin. And then 11:02 into the second period, it was Pashujov again getting his 17th of the year. And that was assisted by Jordan Sambrook. Both of those goals, as I mentioned before, are power play goals. Kansas City 3 for 4 on the power play. That's 75% in this game. The Grizzlies are 0 for 2. In the second period, Kansas City took 14 shots to the Grizzlies 5. They lead the shot guard margin 29-15. And the Grizzlies overall, they're led by Dakota Raby and Bryson Martin, who each have 3 shots apiece. On the Kansas City sides of things, Pascal Laberge has 7 shots in this game, and Pashujov has 4. 2 of those ended up in the back of the net. As far as scoring chances go, it was in favor of Kansas City, 8-3. Kansas City also won the faceoff battle, 12-8 in the second period. As I mentioned before, 14 shots to the Grizzlies, 5 in that period. But Utah, on the bright side, they did lead in the physical category, as they had 9 hits to Kansas City's 5. But they also had 8 giveaways to Kansas City's 4. So in Tyson, really a back-and-forth period in the first. But in the second period, Kansas City seemed to have broken away.
Now it's been Kansas City's big guns that have gotten the job done. Pascal Laberge, 1 goal and 1 assist. He's their leading scorer this season. He is second on the club to Jeremy McKenna, who's got 22 goals, and Laberge has 21. McKenna is currently in the AHL with the Coachella Valley Club. And you think about their big guns. You know, Laberge has played well, and then Nick Pashujov, their captain. He's got 2 goals tonight and 17 on the season. And Hugo Waz maybe as hot as any Maverick. He scored a first period goal. His point streak extends to 11 games. So for Kansas City, it's been their big guns. Really the disappointing thing for the Grizzlies in the second period was the penalty kill. As Kansas City's 3 for 4 on the power play. The number of giveaways, Utah already with 14 giveaways. Kansas City's got 8. And really the thing is, those 50-50 pucks along the boards, it seems like Kansas City is winning a few too many of those. If the Grizzlies want to come back in this game, they're going to need to stay out of the penalty box. They're going to need to limit Kansas City's scoring chances. And the Grizzlies are going to have to get out in front of the net, because Kansas City's defensive unit with a 2-goal lead is probably just going to sit back on everything and make sure they don't allow any odd man breaks for to go the Grizzlies' way. So for the Grizzlies, they're going to have to find a way to chip away, take it one shift at a time, and see if they can climb back into this one. Now, the good thing, though, is the Grizzlies have had a couple of occasions here lately where they've overcome a third period deficit. I think of that game in Orlando, the final game of the road trip in the middle of February. Grizzlies were down by 3 goals, overcame it, and got a standing point out of it. On another occasion, and I'm trying to think about the exact date, but the Grizzlies made a furious third period comeback in a game recently. And so for the Grizzlies, they're going to need that sort of third period output. They want to come away with standings points, and it's certainly going to be big. It's a big game for both teams. Kansas City's right now tied for second with 59 points. Wichita is taking on Rapid City tonight. And early third period, Rapid City leads that game 1-0. So if Wichita loses, Kansas City wins. They're back in second place by themselves. And for the Grizzlies, considering that the Allen Americans are down 3-0 after 2 periods to Idaho, for the Grizzlies, you win tonight, Allen loses, well, you're tied for fourth again. So if Allen loses, but yet the Grizzlies come up short tonight, just a missed opportunity to climb back into the Mountain Division playoff race.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of optimism for the Grizzlies to come back in this game. I mean, there's a lot of things in their favor. I mean, you think about them, they're winning the season series so far against Kansas City. They've historically played well against the Mavericks. They played well last night. They know that they can beat this team, and there's a lot of motivation right in front of them. I mean, the Stanley Cup is in the building. You got a massive crowd here, and you want to win for your home fans. So for the Grizzlies, the motivation is there, and I think this is a team that can definitely beat Kansas City. I think they've shown flashes of that tonight, but really the penalties are killing them, Tyson. I think that's what killed them in the second period. Is if you take away those penalties, 3 out of the 4 Kansas City goals are power play goals.
Yeah.
And so if you take that away, it's 2-1 Grizzlies. And so I think for the Grizzlies, it's just, you're right, play smarter, stay out of the penalty box, but you also got to get back to playing their game. I think so far in this game, Kansas City has really dictated the terms. They've made it more of a defensive game than the Grizzlies would have liked. And really, that's not the way the Grizzlies play their game. They're a speedy team. They like to control possession, and they have not been able to do either of those things in this game so far. But we've seen them at times against Kansas City. They've been able to do that. So they just need to find a way to start getting the possession back. And I think that starts with winning faceoffs and being smart with the puck. I think there's times where we've seen the Grizzlies kind of fumble the puck around in the offensive zone. Passes really aren't as crisp as they could have been. The Grizzlies just need to find a way to just calm down, keep your composure, keep your head up, make smart decisions with the puck, and just start taking shots on goal. Shane Sterrett's a really good goalie. We've seen that so far in this series. He's got excellent stats so far this season. He's won ECHL Goalie of the Week twice this season. He's a good guy, and he knows what he's doing. So the Grizzlies just need to find a way to get commotion out in front. They've already got a goal doing that so far in this game. You're just going to have to find a way to catch Sterrett off guard, maybe get a tip out in front. And that's all it'll take. I mean, 1 goal is all you need to get this crowd back in the game. And once you do that, the next shifts after that, you can easily put it away a few more.
And it just takes getting that first one. You want to get the crowd back in this one. You got an outstanding crowd here at Maverik Center on a Saturday night. You get the crowd back in this game, and we've heard here on a few occasions this crowd get really loud, and you want to make sure the crowd's in the game. And obviously with Kansas City, they want to take the air out of the puck, so to speak, and just try to see if they can take the air out of the building and see if they can just secure 2 standings points. And with a good goalie in Shane Sterrett and a reliable defensive unit, and that's what's really won a lot of games for Kansas City this year and getting timely goals. I mean, Kansas City with Tad O'Had in his 3rd year have really settled in, and they've gotten themselves in a position where victory tonight, they could be in second place by themselves. And so Kansas City's a team, and they've shown it here this weekend. They're not going to beat themselves. You're going to have to go out and take it from them. And right now, Kansas City, the difference in the game is their special teams. And for the Grizzlies, you just got to be a little bit more disciplined here in the 3rd period.
Yeah, and Tyson, like I said, there's been flashes in this game where the Grizzlies have played well. I thought they played some stretches in the first period, but they played really well. Those 2 goals were excellent. I mean, the Grizzlies were capitalizing on opportunities that Kansas City gave them. But right, those 2 points aren't going to come easy. This is a Kansas City team that lost last night's game. Tad O'Had certainly wasn't happy about that, and he definitely wasn't happy about the way his team played in the first period. And ever since that first period, Kansas City has looked like a second-place team in the Mountain Division. The question is can the Grizzlies also look like a second-place team in the Mountain Division? Because if you think about it, if they win all 3 of these games here against Kansas City, they could be tied for that second spot. If all things go according to plan, they could be tied for that second spot in the Mountain Division. I'll tell you what, in that second period, the Grizzlies did not look like a second period team in the Mountain Division. So in the 3rd period, they just need to come out and play their style of game, because Grizzlies hockey at its best is a playoff team.
Yep. Unfortunately, we've seen a few second periods here recently where the just has gone against the Grizzlies, and for some reason, just the opposition gets momentum, and the Grizzlies have had a tough time getting that momentum back. And Kansas City, even after scoring the 2 goals, making it a 4-2 game, they did a good job the remainder of the period to keep that momentum, and we'll see if the Grizzlies can get a momentum-changing play here early in the third period. Well, we got a great crowd here. The Stanley Cup is in the building. Guy and I had a look at it. I looked at the 1994 New York Rangers, sent a picture to Tim Broussard. Hopefully we'll have Tim join us tomorrow here high top section 114. He might just come to the game as a fan and sit next to his wife, which would certainly be a good option as well, but hopefully we'll see Tim tomorrow afternoon. And I had to make sure to send him a picture. He's a big New York Rangers fan. I took a picture of the 94 Rangers and sent it. I think Tim's actually in Ogden right now with the Ogden Mustangs game. Ogden taking on Pueblo. Apparently during the Ogden broadcast, Tim Broussard and his partner Richard on the Ogden Mustangs broadcast gave us a shout out. So we got to return the favor. Shout out to Richard and Tim Broussard over in Ogden.
I certainly do miss the great Tim Broussard here. I miss seeing him at Maverik Center. We should be here a little bit more, but I understand he's got a difficult commute coming from Ogden. So good luck to Tim Broussard and the Ogden Mustangs. We hope to see him soon.
And we got a lot of great fans in Ogden, and got a lot of fans from Lehigh here tonight. And we got a great crowd here. A lot of people wanting to see a Stanley Cup. It was out at center ice before the game. We got Sophia here in section 113. She's part of the Grizzlies staff here over the last couple weeks. And we got ourselves a lot of fun here. Third period action coming up shortly. Kansas City leads 4-2. When we come back, we'll have third period action as the Mavericks lead the Grizzlies 4-2. We'll see if the Grizzlies can make a third period comeback. We're back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
Kansas City leads 4-2. Titanic cam here at Maverik Center. We thought about doing it, me and Guy, but we realized we wouldn't get on TV if we did it anyway, so we decided to pass. Although we did decide to wear the same shirt, apparently. Black shirt with a net yellow tie. The Grizzlies are down by 2 goals. They're looking for a third period comeback. Kansas City is looking to secure second place by themselves. Now, last night, the Idaho Steelheads clinched the playoff spot, and they've probably already clinched the division mathematically, as they've been one of the best teams in the league. Early third period, Idaho leads Allen 3-0. Halfway through the third period, Rapid City leads Wichita 1-0. Cincinnati defeats Tulsa 4-1. Grizzlies are headed out to the ice to start the third period. Grizzlies captain Connor McDonald out there. It's a great crowd here, maybe the second largest crowd of the season. Rivals right up there with Guns N' Hoses night. Affiliate night, Grizzlies honoring the 2022 Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche. The cup is in the building. Guy, what do the Grizzlies need to do to come back? I got to fill in the first 5 minutes. Could set the tone for the rest of the period.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. I think the Grizzlies need to come out with a lot of energy. I think that starts with winning the opening face-off, getting possession and skating right down into the Kansas City zone and setting up shop. I really think that the Grizzlies, you mentioned those first few shifts, it's imperative that they set the tone in those shifts. You don't have to score, but maybe a big hit here, good scoring chance there. Maybe that's all you need to jolt this crowd, get them awake, and get the Grizzlies back in this game.
The second of a 3-game series. Grizzlies won 2-1 last night. Cameron Wright got his league-leading 8th game-winning goal of the season. And that was 14 and a half minutes into the third period. Wright will be out there to start the third frame with Zach Sekos and Dakota Raby. Raby has held scoreless tonight. He's got a .9 of his last 10 games. Pouncey and Martin, the two defensemen. Brian Kanaswich, the second-year Grizzlies head coach, and his assistant Jared Pike. Trent Miners in net. Starting for Kansas City, Nick Passajob will take the face-off. He's got 2 goals tonight. Luke Stevens is out there along with Luke Santurno. So it's Luke, and Passajob for Kansas City to start the third period. Jake McLaughlin and John Stampelhar. This broadcast is presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott, producing premier American copper and proudly celebrating 120 years of operations in the Utah community. Draws at center ice is won by Kansas City. Mavericks will skate from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. As Stampelhar gets over to McLaughlin. Action in the Kansas City zone as the Grizzlies throw it up top, but the Mavericks picking up. Passajob gets around Martin. He's on hat trick watch. Passajob throws to the left side. Now back across. Santurno couldn't reach it. Martin fans on a pass that goes out to the center ice logo. Mavericks will drift it towards the Grizzlies bench. Cameron Wright with a big-time hit on Santurno. As Santurno and Wright have some words at neutral ice. Mavericks stump it in. Both teams make a line change here. Their first of the third period. Bryce and Martin back behind Utah's net. We'll move it ahead to Pfizer. Falls down. Mavericks get it. Josh Lamont took it away from Waugh. Could have had a better scoring chance if he let Waugh play it. LeBear's over in the right corner. Battles with Penner. He throws up top, but the Grizzlies take it away. Fitz throws it to Pfizer. Pfizer gets around to Skeeter. Neutralize 2-on-1. They get it over to Fitz left side. They get a shot. Glove saved by Starrett. He holds on 55 seconds into the third, but that was a great look there for Dylan Fitz from this happy spot in the left circle. Starrett made a quick glove save.
Yeah, that was a really good shot there by Dylan Fitz. It seems to be he likes to go to the circle and just take that shot, which I don't mind him doing. I like the energy that the Grizzlies brought in those first few shifts. I really thought Dakota Raby was really noticeable. He was flying through the Maverick zone, and he also threw a big hit.
Draw's going to be in the Kansas City zone. And I mentioned early in the third period, it could, end up setting a tone. And I think if you're a Grizzlies fan, you have to like the way the first 55 seconds went in terms of setting that tone.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. I think that's exactly what the Grizzlies needed. This crowd seems a little bit rejuvenated. They want something to cheer about. It's up to the Grizzlies now to give them something.
Penner will take the drives out there with Fitz and Simeone. Up top is the Grizzlies captain, Connor McDonald, and the alternate captain, James Shearer. Off the draw, Fitz with a shot that goes high. It goes over Shane Starrett's head off the glass. Right corner. Yolette gets over towards Nate Konepke, who's 6'3", 198 pounds, so move it ahead. Jordan Timmons crosses center ice, doesn't have numbers. He gains the line. He gets hit by Shearer. Great play by Shearer. He's played well all season. Over to the right point. Sambrook couldn't keep it in. He'll chase after it back in his own zone. Grizzlies make a line change. Minute and a half into the third. Mavericks lead 4-2. Timmons crosses center ice. Gets around Jamison, gets to the blue line. Timmons and Shearer collide as Timmons dumps it in deep. McCallchuk towards the far side, wearing number 25. He gets it taken away. Passajob. Good job by McCallchuk recovering. Takes it away for Passajob. McCallchuk out to the near side, crosses center and dumps it in. As Mavericks come back the other way. Santurno moves it ahead. Passajob right side, collides with the boards. Cam Strong playing physical. Luke Stevens right side, throws it around. Santurno gets around Victor Bartley as the puck glides towards the far corner. Jameson chips it ahead. It goes to neutral ice. Mavericks move it ahead. Back to neutral ice. And Santurno in his Mavericks debut gains the line. He collides with Bartley. Bartley, big-time hit on Santurno. You can tell the Grizzlies, with the amount of hits over the last 30 seconds, really want to set a physical tone. As Bartley lifts into the Mavericks zone, Kansas City gets it. LeBears across the center ice, right wing pass. Santurno couldn't reach it. Lamon gets around Bartley. Grizzlies have the puck. Tho gets blasted to the glass. And Kansas City loses the puck. Sekos throws out the center ice. It glanced off a Wass stick. Battle near the Kansas City bench. Wright knocks down. Wright gets knocked down by Josh Helms. 2-on-2. Kansas City. LeBears gets around a defenseman. Now he feeds over to the right circle for Calvis. Back to passage off. He gets the Waugh. Righty shot saved by Minor. Rebound goes to Bryson Martin. They'll throw it to Cameron Wright across the center ice. Wright leads all rookies in shots. He looks to feed it towards the middle. Martin couldn't cut it off as feeding it towards the near side of Shane Sterritz. Raby gets tripped up right in front of the referee. No call is made. Raby can't believe it. Walk across the center ice. 2-on-3. Gains the line. Gets poked away by Martin. As Grizzlies spin it around. Crowd is very vocal. Penner ahead to Fitz. Across the Penner. Right side. Pouncey gains the line. Left point. Takes a shot and it goes over Sterritz's head. Off the boards. Pfizer collides with Waugh. Waugh takes it away. Josh Lamon over to Lauren Yolette. Over to Schiavo. Up ahead to Jordan Timmons. He'll throw it to the left corner. Timmons gets hit by Pouncey. Pouncey over there. Schiavo in the area. Throws it up top for Sambrook. He rolls it back around for Timmons. He feeds it out in front to Yolette. Good job by Penner poking it away. Left side Kansas City in the attack zone. As Stompelhard takes a shot and it's blocked about 5 feet in front of Minor. Puck goes back to Fitz. He crosses center ice 2-on-3. Sambrook pokes it away. Yolette battles with Fitz. Shearer delivers a big-time hit on Yolette. Crowd likes that. Mavericks stumped it deep in the Grizzlies zone. Connor McDonald, 4 minutes into the third period, has it. They'll throw it to the far side. As Grizzlies, Keaton Jamison gets to neutralize, so move it ahead. Kansas City pokes it away. Stompelhard will move it out towards Santurno. Santurno gets the passage off. He looks to feed it out in front, but it goes between the legs of Luke Stevens. Grizzlies out to center ice. Jamison gains the offensive line, veers off to the left. Stops near the boards, fires towards the net, and it's blocked out in front. Good defensive play by Jake McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets the puck. He gets hacked by Cam Strong. McLaughlin gets around Jamison, moves to center ice. Mikulchuk takes it back for Utah. Though, goes it back to Bartley in the Grizzlies zone. He'll chip it ahead. Puck bounced off the stick of Cam Strong, goes deep in the Mavericks zone. Sterritt moves it ahead to Calvis. Grizzlies make a full line change. Calvis gains center ice, skates down the middle. Now he drifts over to the left side, but Bartley takes it away. He'll get it to center ice. Waugh picks it off. Waugh wearing number 19. Gains the line. Bartley hits him. Lamon looked to center it, and diving out in front is Aaron Tho. He gets it. He'll glide it ahead to Sekos, who crosses center ice. Sekos gains the line, trying to push it across to right. Picked off by Josh Helms, who clears it back to center. Martin ahead. Grizzlies now in Mavericks territory. As Tho over to the left side, trying to center it out in front to right. He couldn't reach it. Mavericks will tip it off the glass. Timmons over to Lamon. He gains center ice, fumbles the puck. Wright gets it. They'll move it back. Pass to Sekos behind him out at center ice. Timmons gets it. He gets hit by Sekos. The Maverick player is down. Somebody's going down for a turn, attacking Dakota Raby. Lauren Yolette has lost his cool once again on the Grizzlies. He is attacking Dakota Raby. As Raby hit Ryan Harrison. Harrison back to his feet cleanly. Yolette has completely lost his cool once again. He did so a couple months ago here at Maverik Center. 14:21 left in the third. Bryson Martin wants some words for Timmons. Lauren Yolette from time to time can lose his cool big time, and he did so. Dakota Raby laid a hit on Ryan Harrison. Harrison got back to his feet. Looks like he's just fine. Yolette's going to the penalty box, and so is Dakota Raby.
Well, Tyson, what's interesting on that play is Dakota Raby was down, and Lauren Yolette picks him up from the back of the jersey, lifts him back up, and continues to just start throwing punches at him. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but Mr. Yolette, you can't do that.
It's illegal. So Raby gets his equipment from Kyle Pouncey. As Raby hit Harrison up high, Yolette saw that from the corner of his eye and said, I'm going to fight you. It's near the Grizzlies bench. Yolette picked up Raby from the back of his jersey. The linesman stepped in. We saw Yolette lose his cool on Johnny Walker in the middle of December. Cameron Wright tried to jump in, and then somebody kind of got him in a bear hug. And Martin was over there as well. You know what, as physical as the first 6 minutes of this third period was, you talk about, I think it was just bound to turn into a game. I think something like that was just bound to happen with this physical as the earlier portion of the third period's been.
Oh, Tyson, I was thinking before, like in the first few minutes of this period when the Grizzlies came out and they were throwing hits, there was definitely a storm brewing, and I always see it's boiled over. The referees have a lot of sorting out to do.
The volcano has erupted. So we're going to skate 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. I think that's 5 fingers held up by the referee. Tonight it's Alex Normandin. Draw is going to should be a neutral ice near the Grizzlies bench. That's where the puck was when play stopped. Attendance tonight, 8,136. 81-36 here at Maverik Center. Second biggest crowd of the regular season. Raby got 2 minutes for cross-checking. Yolette got 2 minutes for roughing. Those penalties offset. No, they don't really offset. We'll skate 4-on-4. Both penalties will be enforced. Draw's going to be near the Grizzlies bench. Hey, 4-on-4 ice will open up a little bit. Maybe it's an opportunity for the Grizzlies to get back in the game. Kansas City wins the faceoff. They lead 4-2. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 30-16. Mavericks towards the near side. Pascal LaBerge as he's back in his own zone. Both teams going to be patient with their approach. As the Mavericks get out to neutral ice. Pashkov gets around Pfizer. He'll step over the blue line. He's being shadowed by Pouncey. Pashkov gets pushed by Pouncey. Fitz in the area. Fitz collides with Pastajov. Pastajov goes down. Fans like that. Fitz slides it ahead to Pfizer. Steps over the line. Stops on the left point. Gets over to the right side. Shot. And saved by Sterrett. As Pouncey was cutting along the right side. Grizzlies keep the line. Bryson Martin throws it over to Fitz. He's on the right side. They got shot. Saved by Sterrett. He holds on to the blast from Pfizer or from Fitz. And boy, I don't know how he didn't allow a rebound there. How did he corral it with the velocity of the Fitz shot there?
Well, that's something Shane Sterrett does really well. He's really good at controlling his rebounds. But for the Grizzlies, you mentioned it before, this 4-on-4 ice, the open ice, would benefit the Grizzlies. And I couldn't agree more. I really think that the Grizzlies, their speed and the way that they move the puck around, this definitely benefits them. And this is an opportunity for the Grizzlies to pull within one here.
13:33 left in the third. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. We're back in 1 minute. Kansas City leads 4-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
It is really loud here at Maverik Center. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Guy plays been very physical here in the third period. The volcano erupted a little bit. We're skating 4-on-4 for the next minute 12.
Yeah, Tyson, the volcano erupted. This crowd is also erupting. They just had the Siegfried and Jensen get loud on the Jumbotron near the fans. They're jumping. They're on their feet. The Grizzlies now need to take that energy and convert it into scoring chances on the ice.
Second largest crowd of the season, 8,136 here at Maverik Center. Draw's going to be in the far circle of the Maverick zone. Draw won by Sekos and the Grizzlies as he gets it. He loses it. Josh Lamon over to the far side, 2-on-2. Mavericks carried out to center ice. Lamon tries to get around McDonald. McDonald pushes Lamon to the corner. Lamon stops in the corner, skating 4-on-4. As Lamon tries to get around McDonald, who's shadowing him. Boy, what a job by Connor McDonald. Mavericks throw it up top. Sekos picks it off. They'll throw it past Cameron Wright towards the near boards. Wright gets the puck. He'll get it to Shearer. He'll spin it around. Sekos to the right side as a glance off his stick. It rolls towards the slot. Lamon feeds it back to the corner. Goes back towards the near side. A Maverick goes down. Sandbrook wanted a call and then to be had As Sekos loses it, Hugo Waugh towards center ice. Gains the line 2-on-2. He'll skate towards his left. Waugh will take a left wing shot. Saved by Minor. Trent holds on. 23 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Mavericks still lead 4-2 with 12:44 left in the third.
Well, Tyson, I think step one for the Grizzlies in getting back into this game was setting the physical tone. They did that in the first 6 minutes of this period. Now, ever since then, it's about getting scoring chances. And so that's step two for the Grizzlies. Let's see if they can do it.
Harrison will take the draw for Kansas City against, I believe that's Keaton Jamison. Draw won by Jamison and the Grizzlies. As Cam Strong towards the left side, skates towards his right, he crosses center ice and backhands it deep in the Maverick zone. It rolls along the wall. Sturt feeds it back to the far side, hits off a Strong. Goes over towards Stoppelhar, wearing number 10, will feed it to the near side. Mavericks, Jake McLaughlin gains center ice, right wing, and taps it in slowly. Though chases after it. He gets there before McLaughlin. Both teams are back at full strength as Raby enters the play. So does Gillette. Bartley with a right wing pass. Jamison gains the line. Winds and fires. Saved by Sterr. Rebound goes to Kansas City. As McLaughlin skates around his net. He's now at neutral ice. McLaughlin gets around Strong and dumps it in. Minor stays in front of his crease as Though gets hit. He loses the puck as it goes to the near corner. Grizzlies moving out to center. Fitz glides towards the center ice red line. Grizzlies make a line change around him. Fitz gets around Theo Calvis. He loses it. Luke Stevens in the area. Puck goes to Passagov. He's got 2 goals here tonight, both of them on the power play in the second period. That's the difference in the game. Kansas City leads 4-2. Mavericks out to neutral ice. Calvis throws it from one blue line to the other. Taken by Bryson Martin. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the third period. Looking for Fitz. Passes wide of the mark. As Kansas City gets tripped up. No call on the play. Fitz right wing shot goes wide. Puck lines towards Bryson Martin. Left wing shot. Saved by Sterr. Rebound goes to Kansas City. Up ahead, Passagev's got a breakaway. Looking for the hat trick. Passagov with a lefty shot. And it goes over the crossbar. Passagov gets pushed into the side of the net. That's going to be a penalty. Kansas City's going to be on the power play. Bryson Martin's going to get 2 minutes for cross-checking, I believe, as he hit Passagov in the back, and Passagov bounced off the net. So Kansas City is 3 for 4 on the power play tonight. Goes back on the man advantage, but he had a hat trick on the line to get Passagov, and he fired it over the crossbar.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that was a lucky break for the Grizzlies, but then you go and take the penalty. It's just unnecessary. Bryson Martin would like to have that play back. He just doesn't need to make that play. And now the Grizzlies go back on the penalty kill. And you're right, Kansas City, they've won the special teams battle. They're 75% on the power play in this game. The Grizzlies need to find a way to shut them down.
2 minutes for cross-checking. 8:52 into the third period. So Bryson Martin is Andy Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Mavericks are 3 for 4 on the power play. They lead the game 4-2. Draws in the right circle. Passagov will take it against Zach Sekos. Sekos taking a lot of the big face-offs for the Grizzlies. He certainly did last night. As the draw, won by, Sekos is laying on the puck. Kansas City throws to the corner. LaBerge, 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Gets around the net. They'll throw it to the left point. Hugo Waugh gets around Jamison, skates towards the corner. Now back to the far goal line. Lamont over to Waugh. Up top for McLaughlin. He'll skate towards his right. Back to Waugh. He's just outside the left circle. Throw it to the far goal line for Lamont. Back to Waugh. Fakes a shot, gets to Lamont. Lamont kicks it out in front. It kicks off the Grizzlies. Skate and rolls towards the end boards. Lamont gets it back up top for Waugh. Now to McLaughlin, who fakes a shot. Throws it back to Waugh. Waugh over to McLaughlin. He'll skate towards his left. McLaughlin now on the left point. Over to Waugh. Back to McLaughlin, who fakes a shot, gathers it. Skates towards his right. Now to Waugh. As Waugh back towards the left corner. Mavericks patient with their approach. Lamont over to McLaughlin. So throw it back over to Waugh. The puck bounced, but Waugh got it cleanly. Over to McLaughlin. One-timer. Glove saved by Minor. Trent holds on. 10-14 left in the third. Boy, Mavericks are very patient with their approach there. McLaughlin had a one-timer. Kind of a crafty-looking curveball, but Minor was able to make the stop.
Yeah, good save there by Trent Minor. And the Grizzlies, you mentioned the Mavericks just moving the puck around very patient. And I think that's because the Grizzlies were not giving the Mavericks any really good shooting lanes. Kansas City just didn't get the shot that they wanted, the look that they wanted. So good credit to the Grizzlies defensive core there.
Ryan Harrison will take the draw. 1:06 left in the Kansas City power play. Mavericks lead 4-2. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Victor Bartley in the near corner gets held up by a Maverick. Tyler Penner gets it, and the Iron Man clears it out. Puck rolls towards Shane Sterrett. They'll give it to Sam Brook because the Mavericks spread the ice. Halfway through the third period, Kansas City leads 4-2. They'll move it ahead to Luke Stevens. Right wing pass to Chiavo. He'll throw it off the boards near the Grizzlies bench. Harrison overskates it. Grizzlies get it. Cam Strong skates towards the left circle. Gets around Sandbrook. Now Strong behind the net. Trying to kick it out in front. Puck stayed behind the net towards the end of ball. Harrison takes it away from Pouncey. As the Mavericks will get it to Chiavo on the near side. He'll glide it across. It kicked off the stick of Cameron Wright, but rolls towards Timmins. Timmins stops. Feeds it across off the near board. Chiavo skates towards the corner. Ricochets off the stick of Bartley. Puck goes back to the left side. Mavericks made a line change. As Lamon throws it across. Skating against Timmins. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Puck bounced off the referee in the corner. Lamon over to Chiavo. He lets it go to Sandbrook on the right point. He skates towards the left side to Sandbrook. Back to the left side. Lamon gets it. Now back up top for Sandbrook. Late in the power play, they'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Grizzlies are back at full strength. It's a Utah disaster cleanup. Successful penalty kill. Bryson Martin, fresh out of the box. Skates towards the right side. He'll take a lefty shot. Rebound shot, a score! Aaron Wright gets his 20th of the year. And the Grizzlies have cut into the lead. It's a 4-3 game. Grizzlies had a 2-on-1 there. Martin took a shot from the right side, bounced off the Sterrett, and Wright was able to get the rebound and use Johnny on the spot, just like he's been all year.
Oh, snap, Tyson. Here we go. The crowd is roaring. That's exactly what the Grizzlies needed. Shane Sterrett gives up a rare rebound, and it goes right to the stick of Cameron Wright. And now, Grizzlies are within one, and they've got all the momentum. These next shifts are critical.
Goal was scored 11:02 into the third period. Wright gets his team leading 20th of the year. Bryson Martin with his 7th assist of the campaign. Draw's going to be at center ice. This Maverik Center crowd is going crazy. Second largest crowd of the season. As a draw won by the Grizzlies. Connor McDonald will throw it across to Raby. Grizzlies look like they're buzzing. Raby skates down the middle. He'll veer off to the left side. Shot saved by Sterrett. Rebound Pfizer bounces off of Maverik, and it flies out of play off the protective netting. 8:44 left in the third, but the Grizzlies have all sorts of momentum after cutting into the lead, and the crowd really is into it right now.
Yeah, Tyson, the crowd has absolutely gone berserk, and Dakota Raby is a man on a mission. I mean, he's just moving, it seems at light speed. He's just moving so fast and uses his speed to his own ability, and he's making plays happen.
Draw's going to be in the far circle. Second of a 3-game set. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon, 2:50 pregame show, 3:10 faceoff. Gear tickets, UtahGrizzlies.com. As Kansas City wins the draw, they skate from left to right. Calvis over towards Konepke. Konepke gets pushed, and the Grizzlies get it over to Raby, but he gets taken away as Kansas City will bounce off the glass. Crowd take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. Left wing, Pfizer shot saved by Sterrett. Kansas City battles. Pfizer gets it pushed away. Shearer over to the left side, trying to kick it to the corner, taken away by Ouellette. Now Raby loses it. Calvis around to the near corner. This is about as loud as the crowd's been all season. Fitz over to Raby. He looked to start the Pfizer, glanced off his stick. Mavericks skate 3-on-2. They cross center ice. They are at the end of their shift. LeBerge dumps it in, but it glanced off the stick of Shearer. McDonald throws it out to center ice for Fitz. He gets it neutralized. So fire towards Sterrett. Sterrett makes the save and holds on. 7:55 left in the third. The important thing there is the Grizzlies get an offensive zone draw when Fitz easily could have just dumped it in.
Yeah, Tyson, huge draw coming up here. Grizzlies need to win it. This crowd is absolutely rocking right now. And I tell you what, Tyson, this game, this atmosphere in the Maverik Center right now, it feels like a playoff type game, playoff atmosphere. And you think about the implications in the Mountain Division standings, the game here tonight, the Stanley Cup in the building. It's a huge stage.
Draw's going to be in the left circle. And it's won by Kansas City. They're in their own zone. They're tapping off the glass. Puck goes towards Kyle Pouncey. 4-3, Kansas City in the lead. 7:45 left in the third. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 32-25. Grizzlies moving out to center. Simeone, the second-year pro out of Merrimack. The New England product. He'll skeet down the middle, take a lefty shot. On a glance off the stick of McLaughlin and flies out of play off the protective netting. 7:34 left in the third. Grizzlies will have another offensive zone draw.
Yeah, good look there by Simeone. Just fortunately, a Maverick was able to get a stick there just at the last second. But I like Simeone taking that shot. This is a guy that's been getting more minutes as of late, and he's really taking advantage of this ice time.
Next week, the Grizzlies will be in Allen, Texas for a 3-game set. And the Cincinnati Cyclones will be in town March 24th, March 22nd, 24th, and 26th. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Friday, March 24th will be military night. That'll be a lot of fun. The Grizzlies will be wearing specialty jerseys for the occasion. Draw one by the Grizzlies. They're in the attack zone. Cameron Wright skates around the net. Left side shot. Saved by Starrett. He holds on. 7:25 left in the third. It looked like a couple seconds rolled off the clock there. Could have been 7:26, but now it's 7:24. Every second is going to be important here the rest of the way.
Ooh, I wonder if those 2 seconds will make a difference in
You
this
never
game.
know.
I guess it'll just come down to the wire. But really, in a 4-3 game, the Grizzlies have all the momentum in the world right now. It's just up to them to convert. But Cameron Wright, man, this guy, he's been the Grizzlies' most solid player throughout the course of the season. I don't think he's done yet.
Wright still on the ice. Sekos and Raby. Up top is Martin and Pouncey. Off the draw, Kansas City Wednesday goes out to center. Pouncey gets to the Raby near the Grizzlies bench. Now back to Pouncey in the Grizzlies zone. He'll move it to Martin on the left side. Martin crosses center and drifts it around the boards. Raby towards the right side gets cut off by Konepke. Konepke, the UNO product, gets pushed by Sekos. And Gillette in the area, right wing, right with a shot goes wide. Martin over to the left point, spins around the boards. Raby trying to get it back to right. Raby gets pinned to the wall by Konepke. Konepke's got good size at 6'3", 198 pounds. Raby's still held there. Wright's over there. Puck is laying on the boards. And pinned there. Sekos gets pushed by Sambrook. Gillette gets tripped up. No call. Sekos with it. He'll spin it to the right point. Can Pouncey keep it in? Yes, he can. The right point. He'll bounce off to Kansas City. As we got a wrestling match with Cameron Wright and Loren Gillette. Gillette and Wright. Wright looks like he's hurt. Wright is holding his face calmly. The Grizzlies trainer after it. Did Loren Gillette lose his cool again? He's going to skate towards the penalty box.
I think he did, Tyson. I think that's 2-for-1 special. 2 cools lost in one game for Loren Gillette. He's taking a seat in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solution.
Those guys were holding each other for quite some time. It looks like somebody's going to get a penalty for Utah, though. Wright's going to skate towards the locker room. He's bleeding. I think the penalty's on him. He's showing that there's blood. I think they want Wright to go to the penalty box. Wright's like, well, I got to get this. I'm bleeding. I got to get this checked out.
Well, it's interesting to note that Wright was on the bottom of that bear hug from Loren Gillette as those two were going at it.
Well, Gillette wasn't holding his face. Wright was. Let's see. Gillette got tripped up by Wright. No call. Then Wright got over Gillette. They started playing kind of a wrestling match. And then Gillette tackled Wright. And then Gillette did he take a skate across the face of Cameron Wright? That's what it looked like. I don't know if it was intentional, but that's what it looked like. That's why Wright was bleeding.
Well, that's dangerous. You never want to see that happen.
Both guys get 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Wow. I think the league's going to have to look at that one.
Cameron Wright is still on the Grizzlies bench, Tyson, so hopefully he'll be able to return to this game at some point.
Christian Simeone is going to represent Wright in the penalty box. Tato Had's the one that's arguing with the referee. It could have been incidental with the skate. I don't know if it was, though. With Gillette, that wasn't a natural motion where he's taking a skate towards the face of Cameron Wright. Looks like Tato Had's more heated than Ryan Kanasowicz. 6:34 left in the third.
Fans at Maverik Center are very vocal about
the referee is getting his report card from the Maverik Center crowd, and I don't think it's a passing grade.
Mr. Mayfield down at the bottom of section 113 is leading the charge.
Cameron Wright got his repairs done. He is in the penalty box. Simeone returns to the bench. They're skating 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Kansas City wins the face-off. Mavericks lead 4-3. 6.5 minutes left in regulation. We haven't had an overtime game here at Maverik Center this year. All 6 of the games past regulation down the road. Pascal LeBerge skates down the middle. Righty shot, and it's blocked. LeBerge hit Connor McDonald up high. Delayed penalty. It's going to be on the Grizzlies. Miner now realizes that he skates off the ice. Grizzlies in the attack zone. Fitz skates towards the corner. Kansas City touches it up. We get a whistle with 6:08 left in the third. Pascal LaBerge, he was skating in, took a shot, and then took his glove and threw it up high at McDonald. LaBerge has gone to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for roughing. 13:52 into the third. That means it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play. The ice is going to open up to the point where the Grizzlies can utilize their speed and see if they can tie it up.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. This is huge. If you think about that open ice, it could totally benefit the Grizzlies, and it looks like Brian Kanasowicz is taking this time out here.
Coach Kanasowicz looks at this as a critical sequence in this game, and so he has used his one timeout. Boy, for the Grizzlies, they got to take advantage of this. A ton of ice time recently for Raby, Sekos, and it really hurts to have Cameron Wright in the penalty box because he'd be one of the guys to be critical here.
Yeah, Tyson, absolutely. That's a guy that you don't want to have in the penalty box in a critical situation like this. So the question is who's going to step up? I mean, look at Taryn Pfizer, a guy with a wicked shot. Maybe it's him, maybe James Shearer. Blast from the blue line. Maybe he gets out in front, maybe gets a screen, a tip out in front. Maybe Keaton Jamison. It's got to be somebody on this Grizzlies team. Somebody needs to step up right here, right now.
4-on-3 power play for a minute 34. Draw's going to be in the Kansas City zone. Jamison, Sekos, Pfizer, and Shearer. 3 forwards and 1 defenseman for the Grizzlies. Jamison will take the face-off against Josh Lamont. Kansas City 4, Utah 3. A very spirited Maverik Center crowd. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 32-27, but the Grizzlies have the edge in the third period. Utah wins the draw. James Shearer gets over to Pfizer. We haven't seen Johnny Walker since the second period. Over to the near goal line. Jamison skates in. Shots by Starrett. Kansas City gets the rebound and clears it out. We haven't seen Walker in this third period for the Grizzlies as Trent Miner will give it to Taryn Pfizer. Skates around Utah's net. Now Pfizer at center ice. Crosses center. He'll skate over to the left side. He gains the offensive line. Spins it along the wall. Jamison skates towards the corner. Konepke cuts it off. Pfizer skates over there. He'll drift it to the near corner. Kansas City gathers it, and they'll clear it out as it went over the head of the referee, Alex Normandin. Miner to the near side, gets the Shearer. 5:25 and counting left in the third. Mavericks up 4-3. As Jamison crosses center ice, he veers off to the left. He steps over the offensive line, skates towards the corner. Jamison stops in the corner, loses his balance, gets back to his feet. Up top for Shearer on the left side. Back to the right for Sekos. Sekos skates towards the left, switches places with Sekos. Now Shearer back to the right side, take a shot, it goes wide. Rebound goes out to Pfizer on the left side. 27 seconds left in the 4-on-3. Sekos down the middle, take a lefty shot. Saved by Starrett. 23 seconds left in the 4-on-3, and then after that, Cameron Wright and Laurent Ouellette will come out of the box. And then 26 seconds after that is when Pascal LaBerge will come out of the box.
Well, right out there by Zach Sekos at the top of the high slot. Takes a shot. Jamison was out in front screening Starrett. Fortunately, had enough vision on the puck to make that save, but I think the Grizzlies are brewing up something special here.
Sekos take the drop. It's won by Kansas City as Konepke skates around the net. Throws to the right side. It goes between the legs of Shearer and deep in the Grizzlies zone. 15 seconds left in the 4-on-3. Miner. Shearer lets it go. Sekos takes it. Sekos skates down the middle. He's at neutral ice. He crosses center. Sekos now to the right side. Stops to the point. Chips over to Sekos. Sekos. The feed over to Pfizer. Back to Sekos. One-timer. Kick save by Starrett. Pfizer with a shot. He scores! Grizzlies tied up. Taryn Pfizer gets his 19th of the year. And we got a brand new hockey game. Two goals off of rebounds in the third period.
Oh, mama. What a goal by Taryn Pfizer. He's been in the right place at the right time, and he doesn't make any hesitation. He puts the puck in the back of the net. Tyson, you're right. It's a brand new hockey game. Grizzlies have all the momentum. Crowd is on their feet, and we still got 4 minutes and 32 seconds left in the third.
Oh, doctor, we got ourselves a great hockey game. Pfizer with the goal. Shearer and Sekos with the assist. Time of goal 15:28 in. This crowd is going nuts here at Maverik Center. 4:32 left in regulation. Draws at center ice. Kansas City wins it. They skate from left to right here in the third period. They'll move it ahead. Bryson Martin gets it for Utah. They'll throw it across to Pouncey. Pouncey at center ice. as he gets around Harrison. Pouncey skates to the right side. Take a shot. Saved by Starrett. He holds on with 4:15 left in the third.
Well, Tyson, consider this. Now look at the shot count. It's 34-32 in favor of the Grizzlies. The second intermission, Grizzlies were down. They're taking 16 shots at the Mavericks, 3 in the third period. Totally turned the tide.
Timeout on the ice. We're back in 1 minute. We're tied at 4. Tyron Pfizer gets his 19th of the year on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Everybody having a good time tonight. 4:15 left in the third period. And if we come back and win this game, Guy and I are going to have to wear the same stupid black and yellow combination here for the rest of the year. Grizzlies overcoming a 4-2 deficit. 2 goals in the third. Cameron Wright, 11:02 in and 15:28 in. Tyron Pfizer gets his 19th of the year, both of them off of rebounds. Kansas City wins the face-off in their own zone. They'll throw it out to neutralize. Bryson Martin dumps it back around as it sails around the boards. They're skating 5-on-5. Grizzlies to the right point. Sekos fires a shot that goes wide. Kansas City's Theo Calvis along the near boards. Battles with Raby. Kansas City moves ahead to Hugo Wide. Gets back checked. Wright takes the puck away. He'll feed it over to Bryson Martin back in the Grizzlies zone. Martin surveys. He's patient with his approach. He'll lift it in the air to Wright. Puck goes over his stick and rolls towards McLaughlin. He'll get it back to Theo Calvis behind Kansas City's net. Back to McLaughlin. 3:43 and counting left in the third. Bryson Martin at the Kansas City blue line. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Wright will throw it back to the Grizzlies blue line. Kyle Pouncey gets it. As Pouncey skates towards the right wing, crosses center ice and dumps it in. All the linesmen said no. No icing, though, as Shane Starrett throws it to the near side for McLaughlin. Kansas City moves out to center ice. Grizzlies have all sorts of momentum. Santino will center it. Kansas City backhand shot goes wide. That was taken by Luke Stevens. Stevens lets it go back to the right corner. Santurno in his Mavericks debut gets pushed by Tyler Penner. We haven't seen Johnny Walker in the third period. Grizzlies move it ahead towards Dylan Fitz. He skates along the near wing boards. He crosses center. Fitz dumps into the corner. Fitz gets around Sandbrook. Centers it. Nobody was home for the Grizzlies. Luke Stevens, the big forward, crosses center ice, left wing, and dumps it in. Minor directs traffic. James Shearer gets the puck. He'll skate along the far side. 2:47 and counting left in the third. Can we get our first overtime game at Maverik Center this season? Simeone dumps it in. Start behind his net. Grizzlies would like to win in regulation. Calvis throws it towards the far side. Grizzlies deliver a hit. McLaughlin gets held up by Jamison. Simeone skates over there. Kansas City throws the point. McDonald with a shot. Redirection. Starrett makes the save. And after the whistle, Theo Calvis and Keaton Jamison get physical. Jamison looking for a rebound. Boy, the shot by McDonald from the right point kind of bounced a little bit. And Starrett really had to get creative to make the save there.
Tyson, I really love that shot by Connor McDonald. That shot was, that puck was bouncing like the Easter Bunny, and it just sort of hopped towards Starrett. And unfortunately for the Grizzlies, he was on it. But, man, what a dangerous play. And it really seems like the Kansas City Mavericks are on their heels. The Grizzlies are just dictating the terms. They got to keep pounding the puck here.
Jamison might have redirected it, and he was hoping Starrett would allow a rebound. Both of Utah's goals in the third period have come on rebounds. Something uncharacteristic to Shane Starrett. Jamison will take the face-off. Strongs to his left and Simeone to his right. Up top is Aaron Tho and Victor Bartley. 2:28 left in the third. We're tied at 4. Grizzlies have outshot the Mavericks 34-33 and a big edge here in the third period. Grizzlies win the draw. Simeone gets knocked down. Kansas City 2-on-2 crosses center ice. And it rolls back towards Stampohar. Stampohar throws it back to the left side. To Lamon who dumps it in. Bartley chases it back in the Grizzlies zone. He skates behind Trent Miner's net. Now Bartley skates down the middle. He drifts over to the near side. Ahead for Cam Strong. He couldn't reach it. Kansas City back at their blue line. Stompahar will get it across to Calvis. He'll move it ahead. He'll bounce off the Lamb and goes to center ice. Sekos gathers it for Utah. He'll skate back into his own zone. Less than 2 minutes left in regulation. Tied at 4. Sekos throws it to Cameron Wright. Wright gains the line, left side. Gets held up by Calvis. Right over in the corner. Calvis pushes right along the boards. Sekos trying to take the puck. As Sekos now gets it, looks to center to right out in front. Picked off by Kansas City's Nick Passajoff. They'll roll along the boards. Right point, shot, and it's blocked. Kansas City gets the rebound. Mavericks block the shot. Passajoff out to center ice. 2-on-3. They'll skate down the middle. They're trying to get around Kyle Pouncey. Great defensive play by Pouncey. Over to Bryson Martin. He'll get it over to Cameron Wright. Along the far side, he'll get it to Raby on the left side. Raby crosses center. He's over there to McLaughlin. Moves it ahead to Sekos. Rolls back to Raby. Kansas City clears it out to center. Shearer throws it back to McDonald. Deep in the Grizzlies zone. McDonald collides with Jordan Timmons. McDonald gets the puck. He skates towards the near side. McDonald, the Grizzlies captain. Over to Cameron Wright, who lifts it out to center ice. 1 minute left in the third period. We're tied at 4. Kansas City crosses center ice. LeBerge gains the line. He gets blasted by Cameron Wright. LeBerge looks like he's hurt. Cameron Wright delivers a big-time hit. LeBerge is slow to get up. Fitz at the blue line. Loses the puck. He'll have to tag back up. LeBerge is still on the ice. And we get a whistle. Cameron Wright and Ryan Harrison exchanging some big-time verbs and adjectives. LeBerge is laying in the right point of the Grizzlies zone, and Cameron Wright just lit him up big time.
Oh, man, Tyson. Cameron Wright with a big-time hit on LeBerge.
It doesn't look like, LeBerge is still on 2 knees. He is very slow to get up.
You never want to see a guy go down. Hopefully, LeBerge is going to be okay. Unfortunately, he's still down right now, but Cameron Wright, man, what a big-time hit. I mean, he lit him up like a Christmas tree. Just, wow.
Cameron Wright with a running conversation with the Kansas City bench. Wright says it was a clean hit. Kansas City might beg to differ. It was a very, very big hit. I don't know. I mean, you have to look at it in slow motion to see whether it was clean or not. It was big, though. LeBerge is on 2 knees now. He is very slow to get up.
I mean, Cameron Wright, he didn't leave his feet or anything. He kind of just lifted his shoulder up, really got into LeBerge, who was just moving. It's a force moving towards a stationary object in Cameron Wright, who really just put a lot of thrust into it. And I think for LeBerge, he might have just got the wind knocked out of him.
No, he looks like he's not sure where he's at. He's got to be helped off the ice. He is being assisted. He is on his skates. He looks a bit wobbly. Same teams tomorrow. You think tonight was physical. Get a load of tomorrow. I don't know how either team's going to have the energy to play at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Who knows what will happen. Grizzlies are hoping that they're looking for the sweep. Kansas City's hoping it's a rubber match.
We're going to have to find a way to get up tomorrow morning after daylight savings and play a hockey game. But at first glance, I thought, because we didn't get a replay on this one, at first glance, I thought that might have hit LeBerge in the chest, the shoulder of Wright, that is. But now, the way that he's moving around,
very slow to get to the dressing room.
I mean, you're right. As soon as he got up, it was like, oh, maybe that one might have, jostled him around in the old noggin.
40 seconds left in regulation. We're tied at 4. Draw's going to be in the Kansas City zone. It's been some game. You talk about top-notch entertainment at an affordable price. Boy, Grizzlies hockey is the place to be. Draw's taking the near circle. Josh Lamont for Kansas City, the former Allen American. Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Ironman. Penner is appearing as 128th consecutive game for the Grizzlies in the regular season. 146 if you count the playoffs. Off the drop, Pfizer shot, saved by Starrett. Pfizer tries to kick it out in front. Starrett deflects it off with his stick. Puck rolls along the near boards. Less than 30 seconds left in regulation. Kansas City carries it out to center ice. Hugo Waugh skates down the middle. He gains the line. Feeds over to the left side. Now Calvis is all alone. Left circle shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to Calvis on the left side. He looks to center. Bounced off a Kansas City skate. 14 seconds left. Sure, spins along the wall. Calvis will get it back to neutralize. Less than 10 seconds. For the first time this season, we will have overtime here at Maverik Center. 4 seconds left. Lamont dumps it in. Minor gloves it. 7th game past regulation for the Grizzlies. First time here at Maverik Center. Last year in the regular season, there was only 1 game decided past regulation here at Maverik Center. What high drama. Both teams get a standing point tonight. Who's going to get that second point? What a crazy game this has been.
This one quickly turned into an all-time classic. If you think about this overtime now, the Mavericks are going to be without one of their most prolific scorers, Pascal LeBerge.
7 minutes on the scoreboard clock in overtime in the ECHL. Rapid City won 2-1 in regulation, so Kansas City with the standing point secures second place by themselves in the Mountain Division. Allen lost 5-0 tonight, so the Grizzlies are now 1 point behind Allen for fourth place in the Mountain Division. Who gets that extra standing point? Third period was incredibly physical. Because of that, I wonder what we're going to see tomorrow afternoon. You got to get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. Trent Miner has hung in there. How about the third period shot count? Grizzlies in the third period outshot Kansas City 20-5. Grizzlies needed an elite effort in the third period. They got that to earn at least one standing point, maybe two.
Tyson, I don't know what Coach Canastrovich said in the locker room in the second intermission, but whatever he said totally turned the Grizzlies team on. I mean, this team really, since the start of the third period when the puck dropped, they've been a totally different team from what we saw in the first 40 minutes.
I think he channeled his inner Bobby Knight.
He must have. Because this Grizzlies team, I mean, they're completely different. They've got all the momentum in the world. They're playing with a ton of swagger. As a fan just threw a puck, chuck a puck. I mean, the fans are getting giddy. They want to see a win. Grizzlies, they might just deliver.
We're tied at 4. What a game. What a crowd. Second largest home crowd of the regular season. 8,136. They're all on their feet. Well, at least some of them right now. We'll see who ends up getting the overtime game winner. The Grizzlies have had a little bit of trouble in overtime at times. Draw's going to be at center ice. Grizzlies 10 scoring chances in the third period. Cameron Wright, Zach Sekos, and Connor McDonald are the three on the ice for the Grizzlies. Nick Passage-off, Hugo Waugh, and Jake McLaughlin, the three on the ice for the Kansas City Mavericks. Trent Miner in net for the Grizzlies. Kansas City's goaltender Shane Sterrett. 4-4 heading into overtime. One of the best games we've seen all year, regardless of the outcome. Grizzlies fans want to head home happy. Draws won by Sekos and the Grizzlies. Connor McDonald gets it, the Grizzlies captain. He's got one overtime game winner this year. So does Cameron Wright. He'll get over to Sekos. He'll cross center ice. Sekos gains the line, skates down the middle. Now he'll veer off to the left. Stopping the point. Sekos gets over to McDonald. He's on the left side. McDonald skates towards the right. He'll take a shot and fanned on it. Didn't get much on it as it rolled towards McLaughlin's stick. Now to Passage on. Back to McLaughlin. Cameron Wright challenging. McLaughlin will move it out to center ice. Hugo Waugh crosses center. He gains the offensive line. He's got a goal tonight. He's got a point in 11 straight games. McLaughlin collides with Sekos. Now Kansas City skates in, poked away by McDonald. Waugh gets it back on the right side. He'll skate towards neutral ice. Now Waugh backs it out. Now Waugh button hooks it to the center ice logo. He'll give it over to the left side for McLaughlin. Back to Waugh, side pass shot. Saved by Miner. Puck goes back to McLaughlin. He'll skate back to neutral ice. He'll backpedal into Kansas City territory. Back to Lamon. Over towards McLaughlin. 1 minute into overtime. We're tied at 4. McLaughlin moves it ahead to Luke Stevens. Stevens skates towards the left side, being shadowed by Pfizer as both teams made a line change. Pfizer, Fitz, and McDonald. And Stevens back in his own end. Now McDonald will sneak off the ice. James Shearer replaces him. Stevens will throw it to the far side. Fans take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. Kansas City still in their own end. Now McLaughlin will skate down the middle. He crosses center ice. Gets around Fitz. Fitz pokes it back towards center ice. Harrison back to McLaughlin near the Grizzlies bench. He's being shadowed by Pfizer. Or make that Fitz. McLaughlin skates towards neutral ice. Fitz will come off. Raby enters. McLaughlin skates down the middle. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Miner. Rebound goes towards the near side. Pfizer battling with Harrison. Raby over there as well. Raby takes the puck. As he'll skate behind Utah's net, he'll get over to Pfizer in the near corner. Grizzlies deep in their own end, skating from left to right. Pfizer skates down the middle. Now he gets around a skater. Back over to Raby. He's on the right side. Raby stops in the corner. Gets up top for Shearer. Shearer drops it off for Strong. Strong's already got one goal tonight. Skates over to the left side. Strong will skate towards his right. Stop in the high slot. Now Strong surveys. Now he skates towards his right. Strong now on the right point. Gets it across to Raby. Back to Strong. Strong's to the left. He fakes a shot. Strong still in his own, in the Grizzlies attack zone. He'll skate towards the right side. Backhand shot. Saved by Sterrett. Rebound goes to Kansas City. Nate Konepke throws out to center ice but loses the puck. Konepke will come off the ice at the end of his shift. Raby, make that sure. Back in his own zone. Strong will come off. As Sure gets over to Cameron Wright. He skates along the right wing. Wright with momentum. He'll skate towards the right circle. He'll skate around the net. And he'll feed it over towards Martin. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Sterrett. Rebound goes to the far corner. Martin will skate back to center ice and towards Trent Miner. Now Martin's back in the Grizzlies zone. He'll feed it to the left side for Sekos. Sekos on the far side will skate back in the Grizzlies zone. Sekos throws out the center ice off of Wright. Wright gets it as he's in the attack zone. He gets held up along the near boards. He gets held by Josh Lamon. Wright goes down. Sekos in the area. No call. Kansas City. Luke Stevens back in the far side. Mavericks still on their own end. 3:43 left in overtime. Kansas City crosses center ice. Lamon skates towards the right corner. Stops to being shadowed by Pfizer. Throws up top to McLaughlin. Puck goes back to center ice. McLaughlin in control. He'll skate back into the Kansas City territory. Ullette back to McLaughlin. He couldn't reach it. Miner towards the near side gets it. He'll hand it off to Martin. Martin over to Pfizer. He's behind Utah's net. Pfizer stops. Right. And Martin. Martin looks like he's going to come off. Sure will enter. Pfizer over to right in the near side. Make that Dylan Fitz. Fitz skates down the right wing. He'll skate towards the circle. He gets it poked away by McLaughlin. Kansas City gets it. Harrison moves it ahead to Ullette. He crosses center ice. Ullette gains the line right point. Drops it off for McLaughlin. He'll skate towards his left. He'll take a shot and it's blocked by Fitz. McLaughlin gets it in the left point. He'll back it out to center ice. McLaughlin still with the puck. Now backing out into the Kansas City zone. Pfizer will exit. Raby enters. McLaughlin skates towards the left side. He's in the attack zone. McLaughlin gets around James Shearer. Shearer shadowing him. As McLaughlin towards the left point. He'll back it out to center ice. Great job by James Shearer just shadowing McLaughlin. He'll throw it to Ryan Harrison on the near side. 2.5 minutes left in overtime. We're still tied at 4. Next goal wins. Harrison skates down the middle. He enters the attack zone. He'll take a lefty shot and goes wide. Passage-Job's got 2 goals tonight. Gets around his college teammate Raby. Passage-Job gets back check. Gets around Raby. He'll skate in backhand shot. Saved by Miner. Passage-Job and Raby battle. Puck goes towards the far wing boards. Raby gets it. Chipping out to center ice. Looking for Strong. Strong has a glance off his stick. And the puck, Raby skates to the attack zone. He skates to the left side. He skates down the middle. Raby skates his shot. Saved by Sterrett. Kansas City tries to carry it out of the zone. McDonald has it in the left point. Raby exits. Wright enters. McDonald on the right side over to Wright. Wright's down the middle. He'll take a righty shot and he goes over the crossbar. Theo Calvis back to the far side. He'll move it ahead. Ullette out at neutral ice. 1:40 and counting left in overtime. We're still tied at 4. We haven't had a single whistle here in overtime. Josh Lamon back at his own end. Throws to Theo Calvis. Calvis up ahead to Lamon. He'll skate towards the right side. Over to Stevens. He's down the middle. Take a lefty shot and goes high. We'll go to a shootout if neither team scores in overtime. Sekos behind the net. He'll move it to the far side for Bryson Martin. Now back to Sekos. 1:14 left in overtime. Sekos skates down the middle. He crosses center. Right wing pass to right. He couldn't reach it. But Sekos again, center ice, no icing. Over to the right corner. Wright throws it back to the right point. Martin wasn't there. Martin gets it at center ice. 1 minute left in overtime. Bryson Martin back in his own end. Gets over to Cameron Wright in the near side. He'll throw it to center ice. Goes past Zach Sekos. No icing. Sekos deep in the Kansas City zone. One-on-one battle with Theo Calvis. Calvis holds up Sekos. Kansas City gets the puck. Luke Stevens out at center ice. Crosses center. Left wing. He gains the offensive line. Drops it off for Harrison. Harrison on the near boards. Skates towards his right. Now Harrison the high slot. Fires towards the net and it goes wide. McLaughlin around the net. He'll feed it to the right side. As Santurno back to McLaughlin. He'll skate towards the slot. He'll take a shot and it's blocked by Shearer. Puck goes back to Utah. 20 seconds left in overtime. Pfizer to the right side. Pfizer to the circle. I look to center it out in front. Passes wide to Shearer. Shearer gets it back. Throws to Fitz. 12 seconds left in overtime. Fitz feeds it to the left side for Pfizer. He skates towards the circle. Pfizer with a shot. Saved by Sterrett. The net's dislodged. Whistle blows. 5.9 seconds left in overtime. That's our first whistle in overtime. And, Guy, what amazing action.
Well, Tyson, go figure. 6 minutes and 55 seconds into overtime. You finally get to take a breather here. But, I mean, what fun action here in overtime. That's just been incredible. Really end-to-end. Really great. It's so much fun. I mean, this Maverik Center crowd, they've been treated to an awesome game. And the Grizzlies, man, they're throwing everything they can at Sterrett, but nothing will go on either end.
Barring winning the face-off and then firing a shot, we're going to have a shootout. It'd be the first shootout for the Grizzlies all season. Draw taken by Keaton Jamison out there with Cam Strong and Bryson Martin. Both teams, Grizzlies 39 shots, Kansas City 36. What a crazy game this has turned out to be here at Maverik Center. Draw one by Kansas City. You let out to the far side. We'll chip it towards Trent Miner. And that'll do it for overtime. We go to a shootout. 3 shooters each. We'll start with 3 rounds. And then if we're tied after 3 rounds, it won't be sudden death. Each team will have a chance in the upcoming rounds 4, 5, and 6. And we could go on for as long as possible. Both teams have a good goaltender. Utah with Trent Miner and Kansas City with Shane Sterrett.
Tyson, the Grizzlies have 3 elite goaltenders on their roster, but right now the spotlight is on Trent Miner, the guy with the NHL contract, and just so happens Lord Stanley's in the building. So you got to think that Trent Miner is going to want to put on his best performance here in the shootout. Let's see what he can do, but I'm also interested in seeing what the Grizzlies shooters will do. I wonder if they're going to take a slow approach on Sterrett, or if they'll just come in guns blazing and use their speed and just take a shot.
Well, the Cup's seen quite a game tonight.
It usually does.
We'll see who ends up shooting first. 4-4. We went through the 7 minutes of overtime. We went through about the entire 7 minutes without a whistle. The only whistle came with 5.9 seconds left. Utah will shoot first. Zach Sekos, the Clarkson University product, college teammate of Luke Santurno. Sekos, 10 goals this season. He'll take the puck. He'll skate towards his left. Now Sekos back to his right. Sekos, slow approach, loses the puck. Sekos gets poked away by Sterrett.
Well, Zach Sekos just tries to deke a little too much, just loses the handle, almost recovers, but Shane Sterrett was there to poke that away.
Luke Stevens is the first shooter for Kansas City. Stevens 11 goals this season. He's 6'5" and 207 pounds. He'll skate towards the puck. He accepts it. He'll skate down the middle. Now he'll veer off to the left. Fans boo. Stevens will take a lefty shot. Saved by Miner. They're 1 round of the shootout. Neither team has scored.
That's a good save there by Trent Miner. A little early test in the shootout. Just a simple, easy shot. I don't really like that approach from Stevens. I'd like to see guys move a little bit faster.
Taryn Pfizer is the second shooter. 1 goal tonight, 19 on the season. Pfizer takes the puck. He'll skate towards his right. Now Pfizer will skate down the middle. Backhand shot. Saved by Sterrett. Boy, what a save by Sterrett. Good move by Pfizer. He's able to get the shot he wanted, but Sterrett made the save.
And that was a fantastic save by Shane Sterrett. Really took the air out of the building. Excellent save.
They pass the job. 2 goals tonight, 17 on the season. He'll skate in. He'll take the puck. He'll skate down the middle. Pass the job. He'll take a backhand shot. Glove save by Miner. Boy, Trent wasn't faked out at all.
It's easy to see why Trent Miner has an NHL level deal. I mean, this guy, he's got such great composure, really sticks through it all the way, doesn't get phased.
Cameron Wright's the third shooter for Utah. I'll take the puck. He'll skate down the middle. Now Wright. He'll take a shot and it goes wide. Well, if Kansas City gets it past Trent Miner, they win. And it might be the hottest of all the Mavericks. It's actually Yolet Ulett. I thought it was Hugo Waugh. Ulett takes the puck. He'll skate towards his right. Ulett with a move. And he fumbled the puck and Miner makes the save. We go to the 4th round of the shootout. Vladislav Mikalchuk. Vladdy. 5 goals this season. 4 in a Grizzlies uniform. He'll take the puck wearing number 25. Mikalchuk skates down the middle. Mikalchuk. They'll skate in. Shot saved by Sterrett.
That was a good deke there by Vladdy, but again, he just loses the puck. Isn't able to put it home.
Hugo Waugh is the next shooter for Kansas City. He's about as hot as anybody in the league. Waugh's got 14 goals this season, including 1 tonight. He'll take the puck. He'll skate towards his left. Waugh now towards his right. He'll take a shot. He goes wide. Here, scoreless through 4 rounds of the shootout. Next shooter for the Grizzlies. Kyle Pouncey. Pouncey 2 goals this season. Pouncey skates in. He takes the puck. He'll skate towards his right. Pouncey. He'll skate in. He'll take a shot on. Hits the pipe. And no goal. Trying to go top shelf on start. Made the right move, but just barely missed.
Oh, it's going to be a tough night of sleep for Kyle Pouncey. Just inches away from scoring.
Jake McLaughlin could win it for Kansas City. He's got 2 goals this season. He was very active in overtime. He'll skate in. He'll take the puck. He skates towards his left. McLaughlin, backhand shot. Saved by Minor. Through 5 rounds of the shootout, nobody has scored. Next shooter for the Grizzlies is Dylan Fitz. Fitz 15 goals this season, 3rd on the club. Round 6 of the shootout. Nobody has scored yet. Fitz skates in. He takes the puck. He'll skate towards his right. Fitz will take a shot. Saved by Starrett. Next shooter for Kansas City is John Chiavo. Chiavo 5 goals this season. He could win it for the Mavericks. He's skating from left to right. Chiavo takes the puck. He'll veer off to the left. Chiavo skates in. He'll take a shot. Kick save by Minor. We head into the 7th round of the shootout.
What a goaltending duel we're seeing here.
Cam Strong's the next shooter for Utah. Strong, 1 goal tonight, 10 on the season. Strong takes the puck. He'll skate towards his right. Strong now towards the circle. He'll take a shot. Saved by Starrett. Grizzlies 0 for 7 in the shootout. Kansas City's 0 for 6. Mavericks could win it right here. They just keep going down the line. As Luke Santurno in his Kansas City debut could win it here. He used to play for Wheeling. He'll skate towards the left. He'll take a righty shot. Backhand shot. Saved by Minor. 8th round of the shootout. Next for the Grizzlies, Dakota Raby. Raby, 10 goals this season. He'll take the puck. He'll veer off to the left. Now Raby. He'll skate in. He'll take a shot. He scores! He went top shelf over Shane Starrett. Kansas City can match, though. Game on the line right here at Maverik Center. Shooting for the Mavericks is number 13, Josh Lamon. Lamon skates into the left side. Lamon will now veer up to the right. Take a shot. Saved by Minor. Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win! 5-4 in a shootout. There was no doubt about it. As Trent Minor went 8 for 8 in the shootout. And this crowd is going absolutely crazy here at Maverik Center. Dakota Raby gets the winner of the shootout. What a game. Grizzlies won the first 2 games of this series, and they are now tied for 4th in the Mountain Division as Allen lost in regulation.
Unbelievable game. That's a staple win by the Grizzlies. Game of the year by far. What a performance. To come back from 2 down in the 3rd period, Grizzlies get it done in the shootout. Trent Minor, an absolute wall.
What a win by the Grizzlies. We'll come back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Grizzlies 5, Mavericks 4. What can you say? 8th round of a shootout. Dakota Raby finally comes through for the Grizzlies. And Trent Minor, 8 for 8 in the shootout. One of the finest hours. First shootout for the Grizzlies all season. It turned out to be a thriller. Utah overcame a 4-2 deficit. Scored 2 third-period goals off of rebounds. Went through 7 minutes of overtime. Got to a shootout. And in front of a big crowd of over 8,100. The Grizzlies come away with a 5-4 win.
Tyson, this game turned into an instant classic in the 3rd period. And we talked about it in the 2nd intermission. Well, the Grizzlies could come back, and they did just that.
3 stars of the game. Have no clue who it's going to be. Cameron Wright is the third goal. Third star of the game. Well, he did it all for Utah. He's done it all over the last 8 games. Fans start to throw their chuck-a-pucks, I guess, in honor of Cameron Wright. Taryn Pfizer's listed as the second star of the game. You know, there's a little bit of thought about, is it Raby or is it Minor? Who's the number 1 star? I'd hate to be the person that has to decide this.
It's got to be a very tough decision.
Looks like Raby's the number 1 star. But you got to hand it to Trent Minor. 8 for 8 in the shootout. Fans are starting to throw their chuck-a-pucks on the ice. We had some confusion as to who the 3 stars of the game are. Raby finally won it. We'd be here all night if Raby didn't score. The Michigan man.
They came through at the right time for the Grizzlies. I think we got to give an honorable mention to Trent Minor. 8 for 8 in the shootout. He kept the Grizzlies in the game.
Raby being interviewed by Tony Parks downstairs. Let's recap the scoring in this game. It's one of those where you just want to sit back and just think about what happened here tonight. Cam Strong got Utah on the board first, 9:13 into the first. It feels like about, 8 hours ago that happened. Dylan Fitz and Bryson Martin with the assists. Kansas City scored 34 seconds later. Hugo Wan, 9:47 in. His 14th of the year. Josh Helms with the assists. Mavericks made it 2-1 as Pascal LeBerge got his 21st of the season, 12:19 in. McLaughlin and Lamon with the assist. It was a power play goal. Kansas City went 3 for 5 on the power play. 14 seconds after LeBerge made it 2-1. Grizzlies tied it up. Keaton Jamison with his 11th of the year. It was unassisted as he scored from the right side on a tough angle. That tied it up at 2. The score is tied at 2 after 20 minutes of play. Kansas City outshot Utah 15-10 in the first period. In the second frame, Kansas City got 2 power play goals by Nick Passajoff. 8:50 in and 11:02 in. Mavericks took a 4-2 lead after 2 periods. The Mavericks outshot the Grizzlies 14-5 in the second period. In the third, the Grizzlies outshot Kansas City 20-5. Cameron Wright scored 11:02 into the third period. Bryson Martin with the assist. That was off a rebound on a 2-on-1. Martin was fresh out of the penalty box. Went to the right side, took a shot, bounced off the Starrett's pads, then Wright with a crafty shot, got the puck, and then was able to put it away. Then Taryn Pfizer on a rebound scored 15-28 in. Pfizer got his 19th of the year. James Shearer and Zach Sekos with the assist. It was a power play goal, and Utah went 1 for 3 on the power play. It was tied at 4. In overtime, the Grizzlies had 4 shots. Kansas City had 2. We went the first 6 minutes and 55 seconds of overtime without a whistle. Neither team scored. We headed to a shootout in round 8 of the shootout after both teams went 0 for 7. To start the shootout, it was Dakota Raby in the top half of the 8th, who got one past Shane Starrett. Josh Lamon was the 8th shooter for Kansas City, and for the 8th straight time in overtime, Kansas City was denied by Trent Minor. Now, the real 3 stars of the game, Cameron Wright is the number 3 star. He scored that big goal in the third period. And it wasn't the game-tying goal, but it was a goal that certainly was critical in getting the Grizzlies back in the game. Number 2 star with the shootout game winner, Dakota Raby, and Trent Minor. It was a perfect 8 for 8 in the shootout. He stopped 32 of 36 in all 8 in the shootout. Minor is the number 1 star of the game. Guy, I don't have much energy. I don't know how either team is going to be able to play tomorrow as the Grizzlies go for the 3-game sweep. And with Allen losing 5-0 to Idaho tonight, the Grizzlies are now tied for 4th place in the Mountain Division.
Well, Tyson, the Grizzlies are going to have to find a way to somehow get up tomorrow morning and play another game, just like they somehow found a way to come back and win this game. And you know what? I think I got to give another honorable mention for a star. I don't think I've ever given a coach a star, but I think we got to give Coach Ryan Kanasowicz a lot of credit. I mean, he really rallied this team in the second intermission, had them playing their best hockey here in the third period, and they end up coming away with the 5-4 victory in overtime. I mean, you can't draw it up any better.
Yeah, it's about as good as it gets. Chuckabucks are picking them up at center ice. Second largest crowd of the regular season. The Grizzlies won by 1 goal in the largest crowd of the season, over 10,000 on Guns and Hoses night. Tonight, 8,136. The Grizzlies come away with a 1-goal victory. Utah's been outstanding winning the 1-goal games. I mean, that's really been a hallmark. You get a close game, the Grizzlies seem to find a way to win. Utah in 1-goal games this season has a record of 11-3-3. And in games decided by either 1 or 2 goals, the Grizzlies are now 18-6-3. So you get a close game, it looks like it's going to go the Grizzlies' way more times than not.
Well, and that's great to see come playoff time, come playoff season, if you will, really the month leading up to the playoffs is, can you win these close games against not only good teams, but divisional opponents? Can you come away in those tight games? Here a 5-4 victory, but, last night, a 2-1 victory for the Grizzlies. Can you win those tight games? And the Grizzlies have proven time and time again that they can. And that's what playoff teams do.
First shootout of the season for the Grizzlies. And the first overtime game here at Maverik Center. The fans seem to get their money's worth here tonight. And I can't imagine anybody leaving this building tonight disappointed, unless you happen to be a Kansas City Mavericks fan. But even then, you're treated to a fun game. I can imagine it's nights like this where you got fans leaving the building thinking to themselves, I got to come back to another game here soon. Now, whether it's tomorrow or not, that's up to you. But you think about that Cincinnati series in late March, 3-game set against a very good Cyclones team who's been about as hot as anybody in the league. Who's not going to want to come see that? Wednesday, March 22nd, Friday, March 24th for military night, and then Sunday, March 26th. A lot of fun stuff happening here at Maverik Center, and the Stanley Cup was in the building, and Lord Stanley was treated to quite a game here tonight.
Well, it seems like every game that the Stanley Cup is in the building for seems to be a very special game, a really entertaining game, and that's exactly what we got here tonight. I mean, this game was special. And it was the atmosphere was amazing. It was electric. The Stanley Cup was in the building. That made it big. But, I mean, just the crowd that we had at the Maverik Center, the second biggest crowd that we've seen all season, they were loud. They were really into the game. And you got to think about, there are kids in this crowd that really watched a great game, and they're going to take that away, and it's going to sit with them for the rest of their lives. It's going to be a memory engraved in the back of their mind that I went to a Grizzlies game, and the Grizzlies came back, and they won, and I had a great time. And that just puts a smile on my face. That's fantastic. And for the Grizzlies, they found a way to hang in this game and get the 2 points. Great night all around.
Pascal LeBerge getting knocked out with 40 seconds left in the third period. I got a feeling tomorrow might be a little bit physical. Sometimes it's that case here in the final game of the series, final game of the season series, at least the regular season. These teams could meet in the playoffs. I got a feeling, though, things might dust up a little bit physically between these clubs tomorrow. And if not, we'll at least be treated to an entertaining game. I think for the Grizzlies coming into this week, they wanted 6 standings points, and right now they're 4 for 4. They're looking for 2 more standings points tomorrow afternoon, 2:50 pregame show, 3:10 face-off, and people are still filing out of here. And what a night for the Grizzlies, and really what a night for the game of hockey in the state of Utah. With the Stanley Cup here, with an electric crowd, they were about as loud as they've been all year, even louder than Guns and Hoses night, and the Grizzlies came through with 2 standings points.
Yeah, I mean, Tyson, as I said before, it was a special night. And really, the affiliation and partnership between the Colorado Avalanche, the Eagles, and the Grizzlies has been fantastic. And it really has been a great partnership for all sides involved. And for the Grizzlies, Stanley Cup in the building, great atmosphere. They're able to come away with the win. And unfortunately for Pascal LeBerge, he goes down. I was hoping that maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. He was down on his knees, but as soon as he got up, it seemed like that was not the case. And so... we pray for the best for Pascal LeBerge. Hopefully he'll be able to go tomorrow. It's just, you'd like to see the best players in the game playing. And unfortunately for Pascal LeBerge, he got knocked out of this one. And yeah, you hate to see that. But for the Grizzlies, you can only do what you can do with the hand that you're dealt. And the Grizzlies, they had a great hand and they came back, were able to win this game.
So a lot of people are hanging around afterwards. I think there might be a party with one Stanley Cup here later tonight. How much partying can you do when you think about coming back tomorrow? Now, remember, it is daylight. Nick Hayes wanted me to remind everybody that's daylight savings time. Move your clock ahead or whatever. You spring forward and move back, and we lose an hour of sleep tonight. We'll come back here. Do we have to wear the black and yellow combination again? That was completely accidental. I like wearing this black shirt with the yellow tie, and you like wearing a black shirt with the yellow tie every now and then, and it looks like we just matched tonight. Since we won, I don't know. I'm not a superstitious one, so I'm just going to wear whatever I want to wear tomorrow. But, it's just we're 1-0 when we both wear the same shirt.
That's right, Tyson. We're 1-0 when we both wear the same shirt and tie. So, I'm not superstitious either, but the stats speak for themselves.
This thing's dirty, though, and this is the only black shirt I have. I'm going to wear something else tomorrow. But we had some fun here tonight, and, the electricity in the building. And what can you say? It's just one of those nights that I think hockey fans here, anybody that attended the game, I know it's one of those games I don't think I'm going to forget anytime soon. Grizzlies win in the 8th round of the shootout, 5-4 the final score as Utah overcame a 4-2 deficit. Even though the second period's been a little bit rough for the Grizzlies here over the last month, the Grizzlies have become a better come-from-behind team over the last month. And this is just an example of that never-say-die attitude.
Yeah, the Grizzlies really have a lot of fight in them, and I think that just gives a lot of credit to the coaching staff, the way this team is built, the way they're coached. They have a lot of resilience in them. They were down 2-0 after 40, and they said, you know what, we're not done yet. And they treated this Maverik Center crowd to a fantastic game. I mean, this one's going to go down for the ages as one of those ones where you go to bed that night and you wake up the next day still thinking about it. It's one of those kind of games. But for the Grizzlies, they stuck through it. And that's what playoff teams do. They stick through it till the end, until the fat lady sings, the horn at the end of the game, that is. And the Grizzlies, they took it to overtime and then some. And they were able to come away with the win. And the Grizzlies are looking right now to me like they're a playoff team.
Took her a long time to start humming her tune here tonight. We get 8th round of a shootout. It's about the longest game the Grizzlies have played all year. The Grizzlies, you think about getting into a shootout, it's a complete unknown. It's also the longest game of the season at 2 hours and 55 minutes. But great crowd here tonight. Bryson Martin with 2 assists. Cam Strong and Bryson Martin reach a +3. We did not see Johnny Walker after the second period. He kind of collided along the boards a little bit awkwardly. He was near a teammate. And I don't think we saw Johnny Walker after that. So, Martell's out with an injury. I think, we'll see if, Cole Tarsi, I think, was a healthy scratch. He might end up playing tomorrow. We'll obviously have to see. And for the Grizzlies, Trent Miner being as active and busy as he was tonight, I'm curious if Ryan Kanasowicz is going to go back to Lucas Preek or if they're going to go to Trent Miner. And from the Kansas City side, Shane Sterrett played an outstanding game. But you talk about a guy that played last night. So Kansas City can either roll out Shane Sterrett for the 3rd game in a row, 3rd game in less than 48 hours, or they're going to have to go with their backup, Dylan Kelly. It'll be interesting to see which goaltender ends up going for both sides tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Tato had and company do tomorrow night, or I guess tomorrow afternoon. This is the afternoon game, 3 o'clock start. But, I just... It's strange to me because James Sterrett is obviously Kansas City's best goaltender, and it's been that way all season long. I mean, he's among the league leaders in goaltending stats. I mean, he's had a phenomenal season. But now you think about him playing 2 games in 2 days, now potentially maybe 3 in 3. Like, that's tough on anybody. I don't know if anybody could do that. So I think we might see Kelly tomorrow, but I think Shane Sterrett gives them the best chance to win. So I don't know if I'd be too surprised if I see Sterrett tomorrow. But on the Grizzlies sides of things, if I'm Kanasowicz, I feel fine going to Lucas Preek again. I'm confident in Trent Miner. And by the way, we've also got Garrett Metcalf. So you got 3 really solid options for the Grizzlies.
Fun night here at Maverik Center. I could use a cold beverage of some kind. I think maybe water, maybe a Coca-Cola product, something like that. Here for after the game. I don't want to, do I drink some caffeine and some sugar knowing that we got to get up tomorrow and play a hockey game against the Kansas City Mavericks here. 2:50 pregame show, 3:10 face-off, and we do lose an hour of sleep. So essentially it'd be like a 2 o'clock start, with losing an hour. Some fans are out here, they're starting to skate. It was a great outing for Cameron Wright once again. Wright had 1 goal, was a +1, 4 shots. Bryson Martin with a multiple-point game. I thought he was outstanding. Kyle Pouncey got some time in overtime. For the Grizzlies, it was interesting. I think they had more puck possession in Kansas City in overtime, but neither team was able to score, and obviously it took till round 8 of the shootout, a great goaltending matchup between Shane Sterrett and Trent Miner. Well, let's head out of here. Any final thoughts tonight? Really, it was a crazy night at Maverik Center.
Well, Tyson, great game here. I think I'm going to sleep on that one all night. It's going to be fresh in the back of my mind. What a classic. And it's a quick turnaround. Afternoon game tomorrow, and we also got the daylight savings thing. So we got to rest up, and we got to rest up quick. So great game, and I'm looking forward to what tomorrow holds.
With the intensity that was brought tonight, I don't know how either team's going to have the stamina to be able to play tomorrow. It's amazing how well-conditioned these athletes are. It was a lot of fun here tonight. Catch Kiki Crum's post-game story at UtahGrizzlies.com. Once again, in 2 hours and 55 minutes and in front of 8,136, the second largest home crowd of the season. The Utah Grizzlies got a game winner from Dakota Arabia in round 8 of the shootout. Trent Miner was a perfect 8 for 8 in these shootouts. As the Grizzlies have won the first 2 games of the series, they have won 6 in a row against Kansas City and have won 4 in a row. And the Grizzlies look to complete the series sweep tomorrow afternoon, 2:50 face-off, 3:10. 2:50 is when the coverage will start here on Flow Sports and YouTube, and 3:10 is when they'll drop the puck here for the final game of the season series between the Grizzlies and the Kansas City Mavericks. For Kiki Crum and Guy Chiarenza, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is.